Hi guys, I am so sorry. I'm a few minutes late. I was fluffing around on the uh, editor, just trying to quickly edit something, and I couldn't do it. So I'm going to have to save it for tomorrow and do the stream tomorrow because I want to edit some stuff out. I don't want to keep the stuff in. But how is everybody? I know I've got 3 people lurking. Hi lurkers, how you going? Is it coming on? Oh yeah, just a bit delayed. 3 people lurking. Hi lurkers. There you go. I always forget to turn it down every single time. But yeah, so how's everyone doing? Is the chat working? Let me see. I'm going to try something. Yes. There we go. Hi. All right. So there's a bunch of stuff going on right now. Chantal's got videos coming out left and right. New health journey started. Woohoo. I mean, we've never been here before. I think somebody did a poll on how long will she last? Will it be 2 days, 1 week, 2 weeks? And I'm like, is there like a lunchtime option? Because I can't see her lasting past, I don't know, the first meal of the day. The Queen's the first one here. Hail to the Majesty. How are you guys? It's not too cold tonight. It's I still got my hoodie on just because they're cozy and comfy, but it's the perfect weather for just a little jumper and nothing much more. I have been cleaning and editing and watching and listening and just hanging out, having a day off, a nice day off. I was going to go and do a few things outside the house today, but I'll just move my microphone there. Changed my mind, couldn't be bothered, wanted to stay home and just sit around the house in pajamas. That's all I wanted to do. Oh, did something just happen? Oh no, just lagged a little bit. It's freezing. Oh, is it cold where you are? Maybe my house is just warm. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bit lucky. Oh, goodness me. Oh, things are a bit, I've shifted things around today and everything feels a little bit off, just a little off center. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm bumping my cord thing. So what I've decided to do is just hold on a second, guys. Sorry, my husband just came back. He just wanted to let me know that he was home. Okay, so what I wanted to do today was look at the live stream with Chantal and Salah, and I've done my editing style again. I know he was trying to cheat me of my magic. Do you think no, he wouldn't possibly be doing that because of me. No, I think he's just done it because he's an idiot. But yes, I made it better. I improved on his own work. And also I wanted to look at her getting healthy vlog thing from today. I know you've probably already seen it, but I haven't watched all of it yet. And I don't like to watch any of it alone because yuck. And I also have done a little bit of editing. There's a content creator. I know I've seen it a little bit around the around Girl World. It's called Life Plus Cindy. You probably already heard of her. I saw some of her videos a couple of months ago before all the drama unfurled. And I know she's been a little bit problematic in the past, but she looks, by appearance's sake, she seems okay. However, the drama has started and it's drama. And she has had some stuff in her life that's been really tragic and really sad. And she seems to have a lot of similar problems to like a lot of us. She's got mental health issues. She's had some issues that she's overcome. Now she's got some relationship issues. I don't really have an opinion on her either way, but I'm finding what's going on at the moment interesting. So I want to introduce us to it. If you want to watch with me, fine. I'm going to be watching it anyway. So I figure, why not cover it? I've done an edit on her. I don't know if she strikes people or not, but whatever. And yeah, that's what I was doing today. Just edited down her 3-hour live stream down to about 35 minutes. And I thought we might watch it together at the back end. So that way, once we've got through the Chantal stuff, those who don't want to watch it with me can check out, go watch somebody else, go do something else. And then I'll just carry on with the Life Plus Cindy stuff. I don't know how deep I'm going to go into it, but for now, that's what I want to watch. Okay, so who else have we got? I know we've got the Queen because she was number one, and we've got Enola. Hi, Enola. Oh, okay, we've got Sigma. Greetings, Annyeonghaseyo. Let her rip, lovey. Okay, so let me pull up the Oh, also have a good evening and afternoon, and I'll have zero concept of time. It is evening for me. Yes. Okay, so we will watch. What's the one that I put the most effort? We'll do foodie first. Oh God, everybody wants me. The second I start to stream, my cat wants in. He's like crazy. All right. Let me get the video started and then I will gotta pull this guy up. Oh no, actually I did it. Oh no, I did it a different way. I forgot I uploaded it today. I was being clever so I could change the speeds. Okay. I was a bit disorganized this afternoon. Sorry, guys. Okay. Can I do it from here? No, I can't do it from here. Where can I do it from? How did I do it? Oh, I've got to do it from there. Whoops. Sorry. Can you hear him? He is crying for me. Oh, I'm coming. Mama's coming. I is coming. Okay. Let's. Oh, how do I normally do this, guys? Tell me. Where do I do it from? Oh, there I do it from. Sorry. Momentary lapse of what I am doing. Okay. Pop that over there so I can see it. Pull it up. There's a lot going on back here. It's like NASA. It's like, Grand Central Station here. All this stuff. Let's bees. Share. Okay, we do little foodie, big cookie. We make her big too. Okay. I'm so pro, guys. I'm so professional. Now, I've already sped her up, so we don't need to speed her up anymore. But doesn't she look beautiful? This is one of my favorite faces for foodie. I actually think it improves her a lot. We know she loves to make her eyes look huge, so I thought, why not go with the flow? All right. Let me know what the audio's like, and then I'll go and let the cat in.
Where's my filters?
Oh, she's low.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that better? I'll give you filters.
What's new and exciting?
Filter.
Guess who's back? Lynn, the pagan grandma's back. Back again.
Her teeth are frightening, aren't they?
Wormly, I know I'm terrible. Sorry. Just have a lot going on.
All right, I've got to let this cat in or he's going to lose his mind.
List of teasers, I swear. Ready, shine, You deserve every arm shake of that.
Where?
Hey, Carolina.
Where? Can't live without me. Where? Come on. Come sit down and show everybody. Come on.
I know my hijab style is kind
Come
of.
sit up here. Show everybody. Show everyone how pretty you are. No, you just want to walk around for a little bit? Okay.
Hi.
Okay.
How long has it been?
He just wants to sit by my feet for a little while, I think. Hi, Natural Ginger. Hi.
Now you get to see me in my marriage arc. I'm very, very thankful for that. When I look back on some parts of my life, I'm like, sometimes I still wake up and I'm like, I can't believe I'm here in the Middle East, married to a wonderful man. It's crazy. It's like surreal almost. I don't know.
It's almost like it's a made-up story, isn't it? It's fictional.
It's like, well, it's well ventilated, but I don't know. Maybe just because I'm so used to having the family.
Me too. I love it. It's one of my faves.
You love the henna ink? Thank you. Yeah, it's
Put your paw down, Chantal. Back off. Now, her thumb reminds me of a dog's wiener. It's that weird triangular shape that they have. I don't understand her thumbs. But the henna, I do not want to knock the henna artists. They did what they could with a very, very difficult canvas. The design is beautiful. Chantal's mitt is not doing its service. She has very, very short, stumpy fingers. This design was not the way to go. She should have got something that had thinner, longer lines to elongate her fingers. This was not it. But the henna is not, I love henna. I've had henna. I got henna done last Valentine's Day, but I got the red. The red, I think henna is the red stuff, and there's another name for the black. I don't know what it is though, but that's going to eventually, as it starts to wash off in about 2 weeks, it's going to start just looking like bruising, mold, necrosis. I don't know, but it looks shit. It makes her fingers look like little sausages even more than they already do. But I do not want to knock the art because the art is beautiful. But it looks crap on her.
Very dark. I chose the black. They're like, do you want black or do you want red? So I'm like, I'll have black.
Trey
That's-
elegant hands. They
It's very
are
nice,
Trey elegant.
You know?
My lovely angel.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
Oh, you have to show them your beard cut.
Here comes
got a
the
beard
magic,
too.
guys.
Hey, by Search Amber. Thank you so much for bringing that to me because, oh, wait, the shisha, yeah, it should be okay, right? Yeah.
Wait a minute. Isn't that how you describe it when you get your pets cut? Like, oh, I'm getting him groomed for the summer because we don't want the undercoat. It's too hot. We need to thin it out. That's kind of insulting to say that. It's your summer cut. Ew.
مو مشكلة.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
Some people are allergic to it. I was surprised that I wasn't because I'm usually allergic to everything, but it didn't react on me. I loved it. I want to get a tattoo on my forearm, and that's why I got the henna because I knew it was temporary, and I wanted to see how I felt about having a large print on my arm and whether I would want it or not. And I decided I will just get henna whenever I feel like it because I don't know. I just don't think a permanent tattoo is for me. It would be an impulsive move and I would probably regret it later. But I do enjoy tattoos, just not permanent tattoos. Henna is or temporary tattoos are the way for me.
We're organizing everything. So
Oh God,
the
that was a
content
noise.
room- the content room needs to be a few degrees lower.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. That's perfect. Thanks for making me comfortable, my sweet love.
Welcome, honey.
Oh, does anybody else do that when they look at her and they see those lips?
Searched Amber on YouTube during the Amber and Johnny trial. Amber and Rick came up. No way.
Does anybody else do that when they see somebody else eating on TV or something? You'll start chewing too. Does anybody else do that, or is that just a weird thing I do? But it's only when like I'm not grossed out. I don't do it when she's eating because bleh, she's foul. But if I see something delicious being eaten or some of the other mukbangers, I'll actually find myself going. It's not like a proper chew. It's just I'm mimicking it. I don't know. Maybe it's a fat bitch thing. I don't know.
Hi, Bezos.
Oh my God, doesn't he look like 20 years younger?
Surprise.
We can really see your mouth. No more beard hair.
Hi, Antonis.
Still
Hi.
haven't
Hi,
seen him.
Glamousaurus.
You guys are used to him with his beard now, huh? But whenever we met each other, this is like the look he had.
This one called the summer style.
Mm.
You're so
No, it's
cute.
too hot.
Yep.
Yeah, it's too hot for all the facial hair. Right?
Mm.
Does it
Yep.
make a difference?
Yes.
Oh, no, it doesn't make any difference whatsoever. None.
He's too handsome. Careful, Chantal. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
He's not going anywhere until she serves the purpose that she was like recruited for. Then he's just going to he'll be off like a shot.
Oh, I missed a bunch of comments.
Okay, baby, I'll keep using with them.
Yeah, thank you, babe.
Okay, guys, see you in the
Ooh,
chat.
that sounds amazing.
He'll come live with me one of these days soon
Inshallah.
and do his own streams. Hey,
I forget the lights.
look better in the dark. Is there two lights?
Okay, guys, it's our buckle up moment. Okay, I hope you're sitting down. Remember, we've got to be seated. Got to put your seatbelt on because the laughter, guys, you are going to chuckle the shit out of yourself. Try not to poo your pants. Try not to wee yourself. I don't want to like spoil it for anyone, but Salah's going to pull a little prank on Chantal. And okay, if you miss the joke, it's simply because it's too highbrow. It's quite clever comedy. So if you're too stupid to understand the prank, that's your fault, not mine. Okay, are you ready?
Lights in here. One.
Okay, ready?
There's two.
I'll turn one off.
Great.
Thanks. Not all of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
So fun.
Whoa!
Hello,
Jump
business.
scare.
You guys like the mask? It's spooky, huh?
I made it
I
better.
Thanks, baby.
Is this an anarchy mask? Eh?
No, Chantal, it's a donkey's ass.
What do you guys
God.
think? Creepy? Spooky. Looks good with your hair.
It does look good with his
That's
hair.
handsome. Look, he's going on.
Now, I did change the picture of his laugh because I didn't want to scare any of the kids in earshot of what's going on here because that's nightmare fuel. I'm trying to save you therapy bills down the track. I mean, Exorcist, kids might think there's ghosts and ghoulies in their house. He's terrifying. That laugh is psychotic. So I fixed it. You can fix anything, guys.
It's spooky. Looks cool. Looks cool. I like it.
Thank you, honey.
His real face is the true scare.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween. Eyes Wide Shut. Yes. My favorite movie, actually. Because
Isn't Eyes Wide Shut one of the most panned, terribly rated, awful Rotten Tomatoes movies ever created? Are we stunned? Are we stunned that that movie is one of her favorites? I'm not. I'm absolutely not because it's got all that rumpy pumpy in it and like misogynistic undertones. Of course she's going to like it.
The Shining, which are both Kubrick movies, by the way. Okay, which lighting makes me look nicer? The other one.
I think this one.
Wait, try the other one again.
That's a redundant question.
I love you, honey.
I love you too, Mask.
Okay, I'm just going to say this one was petty. He's a dork and not the cute, sexy, smart dorks that we all love and, cherish. He's a dweeb, an absolute dweeb. And the mask just, couldn't make it cool if he tried. And so that was the inspiration behind this one, guys. I think he's kind of cute though.
Pinch.
This one or this one?
Yeah, this one.
Ooh, I don't.
The other one
Yeah.
reminds me of my basement when I was a kid.
I don't think
This one has
Chantal's
creepy
Tom
faces. I
Cruise's
really like
type.
Okay,
I
let me catch up here.
just
That's
from
on my nose.
his track history, I don't think she's his type.
Bye. Someone has to sound bite that laugh. That one there.
See, guys, the things I do for you. That took me at least a minute to work out how to do. Sala Robot. We got the Sala Robot. Can we remix that? Can somebody clip that and make that into like a song, like I don't know. You know how they make songs and they put like in little sounds, like it could be like a cymbal, like something in the background. Use his laugh, the robot laugh for that. I think that'd be great. I wish I was more musically inclined.
So again, I'm gonna be contain my chin and also. Okay, let me catch up here. I swear. Okay. Thanks, Golden Girl. Yeah, this is the henna.
No lie, I actually think that this is probably the better of the two. This, compared to the S word, I'm not going to say it out loud because God knows everybody's listening. This is the safer of the two, I believe. Yes.
But it goes like to here. I usually don't show you guys my wrists, but you can see for the purpose of the henna. So
You
I
don't
washed my
have
hands
wrists,
a
you
bunch of
have
times and it's
forearms,
still- I
and
did
then
the
you have
dishes. It's
hands.
still on strong, so I'm happy about that. Are you going to address? Did you tip the artist? What? What are we?
I wonder if she's got the cream because when you get your henna, anybody's had the henna, you get this cream, this balm. It's awesome, by the way. I've still got some left over. I put it on my cuticles to help keep them nice and moisturized because they've got all sorts of good stuff in there. It's a cream, like an oil, a balm that you've got to rub over it, and it keeps the color in that for longer, and it makes your skin beautiful and soft, and it smells really nice. I got it for like $10 in this tiny little like round thing about this big. But a little goes a long way. So you rub it on your hands. Every time you wash your hands or you have a shower or something, you put a bit of that on and it just saves the color. It makes it last longer. I wonder if she got any of that.
Question, Whitney. Actually, tips are not very common here, but yeah.
Oh, Metal Mickey. I remember that show.
What are you looking for, honey?
My phone, I think. See it?
You left your phone here? No. In the bedroom, maybe?
Yeah. Yes.
Are you going to address all the fires in your home country?
I've got to teach myself not to read comments when I take a mouthful. Oh my God, Enola.
Yeah, Quebec area, I think, eh?
I was hopeful about her getting into a cult for a while. Gonna keep that door open once I get those botfly babies manifested for her. How are your manifestations going? It is a daily routine, just a random thought here and there. Are we actively like lighting candles? Do we have an altar? However, I'm going to give you a quick help with hand. I'm going to amplify your manifestation. Butterflies. There you go. Helped you out.
Like,
Yeah.
in specific,
I know a guy. You know?
Yeah, I have to look it up. I'm not really sure. Like I know in Quebec region, but
Well,
like
I
fires
think
from
a lot of there is fine. I think.
yeah, I don't know like how severe it is, but there's like it's causing a lot of smog, like in the US as well. It's like going everywhere.
How do you think she knows this information? Is it because people have been like DMing her, or she's actually gone onto a news site to find out, or she's rung her family to find out about it? Because everyone that is precious to her lives in Canada, or everyone that she says is precious to her mum, her sister, her cats that she's so, say Mrs. Everybody close to her is in Canada, and she does. Oh, they're not that bad. There are other countries sending firefighters over to help relieve the workers that are just absolutely smashed, trying to put out these fires that have been raging for weeks. So bad that it is actually shifting into a whole another continent and country. So far down, it's down it's the eastern side of America is getting affected by the wind, but the wind's blowing it down that far. But they're not that bad, guys. Few people displaced. That's about it. It's no big deal. Nothing to worry about.
All that I know.
No, they would be safe.
Yeah, thanks for the super chat. Are they gonna start blaming me for the wildfires? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, want to hold a vigil or what? You like the trim? So how's the hair? Yeah. The beard trim, yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
You've got such vision, Enola.
What the kinkies going on? Okay, Rita Roo, welcome to Budget Piece of Rita Bees. I'm really behind. Basic. It was smoky in Toronto. The air is bad, really. Well, I heard that it's bad, like the smoke or whatever.
I heard it's bad. The smoke or whatever. Half of her country's on fire. The air quality is ridiculous. But places where she lives, where the fires aren't even like smells like smoke. You can't take your dogs and cats outside. Like, oh, I think she feels like it's one or two places, like just it's just a small brush fire, and they're dealing with it. It's fine. Okay, but she doesn't care because it doesn't affect her. She doesn't care because it doesn't affect her. But if she'd been at home, she'd be like, my asthma. What are we going to do? My anxiety. I'm so scared. But she's halfway across the world. What? She doesn't care. It doesn't affect her.
But yeah, Eyes Wide Shut. That reminds me of Dreamery. That was like one of my favoriteest movies.
Oh no. I hope they're okay, Sigma.
This is a weird hijab style. It was just like I had to get ready fast. So
yeah, she hasn't looked anything up.
Hi Ali L, welcome. I know I haven't been going live really, but
that's because you're boring.
Got
nothing to talk about.
I have like a whole routine. Like I don't know how people do it with kids. Like I think I would die. Like I don't know if it's just like mentally I'm just not able to cope with like too many responsibilities because like
it's not the lack of being able to deal with responsibilities, is that you are a lazy so-and-so. Unless it has something to do with you procuring, planning, plating, putting in front of you food, you have no interest. None whatsoever. Her life revolves around eating. It's getting less and less about outside the home, i.e. because of the weather, because of the lifestyle she's created for herself. But at the moment, she is so food focused, there's no room for anything else. And that's because she's incredibly lonely, empty, sad, and her ED is just off the charts because she's in such a bad mental place. But it's all of her own doing.
Taking care of the home and then
in my opinion.
Husband taking care, he takes care of me too, but you know what I mean? And then like Howie, I have to spend time with Howie in a room by himself. He's in a room by himself now.
Natural? No, you've got it completely wrong. That is all propaganda. Kuwait is utopia. There's no crime. There's no SA. The cats love it outside. They're not stray cats. They are living their best life. They are just a little outdoorsy. They're not strays. They love it. They prefer it, in fact. Kuwait is a paradise, an oasis in the desert. You got it completely. Who was telling you that? Cite your sources. Do your research.
And the cat's in a room.
Hi,
right now.
Grateful Life.
I'm sure they'll
Hi.
use water because we don't smoke with the pets, like, you know, at all. So, so then I have to like get up and like spend some time with Howie, give him his vegetables.
How long does it take to give your hamster vegetables? You got to like that's 2 minutes of your day. Vegetables, close the door, off your trot, sit down on the floor. That's I'm sure that's what. Put your iPad on. She's got a hectic schedule, guys.
Let her know.
It's hectic.
Kiss him 1,000 times.
Hi, Neemanor. Hi.
I'm not sure about the lavender golden girl. Good question. What did I have for dinner? Actually, I ate KFC because I was craving it, and they have this new flavor of like chicken. It's like flaming hot.
When she says stuff like that, I was craving it. I don't think she's actually craving KFC. She's craving salty, oily, deep. She's craving the palatability of that kind of food. The carby, crunchy, salty, deep fried caloric stuff. All the stuff that she craves is the stuff that you would, if you're a food addict, you would crave. Yeah. It's funny how she never craves. Oh, I just want a big chicken salad, like, you know, just something really crunchy and green and fresh. But and just a little, you know, some chicken breast in there. She never craves any of that, does she?
Hot Lays, and they have chicken tenders, and I have these twisters. And
43 degrees. I wouldn't even go outside for 43 degrees, and I love the heat. Nah, I would be cranking it up. I would be sitting in my undies in front of the refrigerator with the door open. I don't care what anybody tells me. The butter can melt. Eating ice creams, icy poles. That's what I'd be doing all day. Yep. I'd have me my little bra, icy bra inserts that you can put in your bra. I'd have them up and keep my boobs cool. I'd have a cold compress on my neck. You wouldn't find me outside today.
You know, I tried to mukbang, but I was just like in one of those moods where I'm like, why does it look like I'm wearing shoulder pads? What the
Because
heck?
you're
Does it look like I'm wearing
enormous.
shoulder pads? Excuse me.
See, this is what I was talking about the other day. When we watched her the other day when she's, you know how she had her lip was gone because she was always on the edibles, like she had no top lip. She has a full top lip. Are you telling me that was a result of the edibles and the THC? Like it gives you such dry mouth that your lips disappear. Is that a thing? Because I did not know about that.
When I look,
No, see, do it once a stream, guys. It's not a stream unless I do it.
I
Classic
don't know where
cookie
people get
move.
this idea that we don't have AC. It's not a third world country.
I remember she asked if Kuwait was a third world country before she left. She asked that question. She says it now like it's ridiculous. What a ridiculous idea, guys. Of course it's not a third world country. It's a world leader. Even third world countries have air conditioning. Like, she's a buffoon. She's a buffoon.
There's AC everywhere, and actually, there's like, I don't know, like
Hey, Jane.
people put
Hi.
charity water tanks all over the town, like different parts of each city, so like you can have clean drinking water. And then there's like tunnels with like AC, so people can have a break and walk through the tunnels instead of being outside. So there's like a lot of refuge. Is it respite? Refuge? I don't know what word I'm looking for. There's a lot of like, you get a break from the sun if you even just going into malls. Like all the malls are very well air conditioned. So I would not be able to. Yeah, that's hot. I would not be able to survive here without.
But the difference is, well, nobody can really survive in 43 degrees heat. Jesus Christ. Bedouins did all right. They figured it out. They probably did a lot of their stuff in the early morning and the late afternoon and just chilled during the middle of the day in the shade. However, this is part of my theory for the health arc. She's outgrowing her abayas. She wants to go on a trip. And the last time she got on a plane, it was a tight squeeze. And they can't really afford that second seat, which I think they're really buying. So she's got to shrink down a little to get into the seat. It was so uncomfortable. And I can testify that it is terribly uncomfortable when you're big flying, especially when you can't put your tray down to have your food. and everything's squished in, got to get the extent. It's just uncomfortable. So I can understand she wants to lose weight for that. But also the fact that whenever she walks outside the door, she's nearly having a stroke, a heat stroke. She's panting, she's sweating, she's out of breath, she's uncomfortable. And that lasts for a long time because it is affecting every system in her body because the heat is so extreme and her health is so bad. She's getting to the point where I don't think she's understanding how sick she is, but she's not reaping the benefits of her new hot husband and the new adventurous, sexy, traveling life that she was going to have, moving all over the globe. She's literally just sitting in her house, eating herself to death. And now she's starting to feel the consequences of that lifestyle. And she wants that sexy traveling lifestyle. And she's not going to get it the way she is because she's going to stroke out. She's literally, the heat is going to do her in if she does not change something. She won't change anything, but she'll talk about it.
Oh, AC. Even Salah. You will test it and we'll be grilled. Remember one morning we woke up.
Oh, Glammosaurus Rex, exactly. Why doesn't she get Salah to drive her to the mall where the awesome air conditioning is, or better still, buy a couple of pedestal fans, get yourself a cheap little treadmill, or you have to probably get an expensive one because some of them, because she's over 150 kilos, so she'd need to get a treadmill that would take at least 200 kilo capacity because they taper off at 100, 150, and then 200. So she'd have to get the 200 kilo treadmill and just set it up in the lounge room or in the spare room or wherever they've got space. Set the pedestal fans up, crank the aircon on, and she can walk like as many times in the day. Just get on there for 5 minutes. Get off, get on, get off, get on, get off. That's what I did after my weight loss surgery because I had no stamina because I was still big. I did enough walking in a day that I did 10,000 steps every day. But I had to break that up into like 5 lots of 20. And then I broke that up into 3 lots of 30. And then I broke that up into like 2 lots of 45. And then eventually I was just walking twice a day back and forth from work. I broke it up into small manageable pieces that my body could handle until I got better. And she could be doing that. She wouldn't even have to go to the gym. She could be in the aircon, blasting it away and still be comfortable and still have access to a treadmill. And she could do it as many times in a day as she wants. But no, going to the gym doing weights when she can barely walk is what's going to help her lose weight. She needs to talk to a doctor or a PT before she does anything. She's likely to hurt herself at the gym.
Up and he opens the curtain. Actually, we do this every morning. Like, mashallah, I have to say, we open the windows and we see the beautiful ocean view. And I'm like, one time I was like, hey, let's go out. And he was like, if you go out at this time, you will be chicken on coal. So we have to wait until a certain time, like after 4:30. I'll melt like cheese. I wonder if I put cheese out if it will melt. Hi, Anastasia. Sunblock will be useful. Yeah, I need to get some, babe, too.
Hi, Jennifer Lynn. Hello.
Creepy comfort and crime. Oh,
it is evening for me. Good morning to you. Good evening to you if it's evening.
Welcome to the very important Beezers. Thanks for becoming a Beezer.
Thanks for your money.
Yeah. And I don't think that I'll be experiencing a winter, knock on wood, for like the next long while. So I don't know when I'll go back to Canada for a visit.
And that's the other thing I find not strange, but the fact that she's got such a bad ED is most people, when they get really, really hot, they actually lose their appetite. Like they become nauseous or they become sick or they just don't have one. It's like no matter how sick she is, no matter how bad she feels, she's always able to eat her way through it. Like, how some people get really, really stressed out, appetite goes away. People get a cold, appetite goes away. Get really hot, appetite goes away. Not with her. She could hoe down under any circumstances. And I think it's because she's got such a massive ED, in my opinion.
I do go back. I'll be like a tourist, right? Because I don't have a place there anymore. So.
Oh,
be weird. Was
that for your law exam? Is that right? Well, yay! Excellent job. Let's put some letter A's in the chat for Jennifer because she got an A in her exam because she is a smarty pants, or a pair of pants because she's a smarty pants.
Be like
a brain.
Cheese melted. Melted. You want to watch a horror movie, babe? I don't know. I might fall asleep, but that's okay. What's a good horror movie from like the 2000s? I don't know. We tried finding The Ring, but we couldn't.
Just get onto a
What did we last
streaming.
watch?
Get Apple TV. Jesus.
Oh, Escape Room 1 and 2. Those are good movies. There's escape rooms here, but they're expensive. I tried it several times to fry an egg here in Kuwait and it was successful. Really? No way. You just leave the egg
I'd
there
be
after and
stoked
then
if I got an
it.
A2. That means you're brilliant.
When I lived in Vegas, when I was in high
Genius
school,
level.
I fried an egg in the street. No way. It gets hot like that. There's like, are there some states where it gets super hot, like Texas, eh? In Vegas? I guess Death Valley is one of the hottest places. Is Kuwait hotter than Death Valley? I'm happy to not see winter in Canada again. Yeah, that's true. You leave, eh, for the winter. That's smart. That's what, yeah, I have family members who do that. Anna, hi. Dream. Insidious is good. I don't think he liked Insidious. I don't know why. He likes more gross movies. We watched a really gross zombie movie called Yummy. Oh my god. But it was a pretty good movie, I guess. But it's just like one of those movies I only watch once. Don't ask me about scary chicken emoji.
I think this is answering a lot of questions about Salah's taste in women. His taste in movies probably reflects he likes gross, weird, freakish things. Do with that information what you will.
I can't believe the last horror movie we watched was The Exorcist. And that's like in the 70s. That's so long ago. It gets really hot in Vegas. Really? Like over 100? The Descent. Oh, is that about a monster? I'm Chucky. Hi, I'm Chucky.
No.
Should I tell the tank engine? Oh my god, that's my favorite picture. Can you send it
Why
to me
is she
by email so I can
Pulling
laugh?
at the hijab. She's
my
been
God.
wearing them for 7 months.
Crypt. Oh, I don't.
You would think she'd be used to them by now. Jesus.
Babe, look at the picture.
Stop it. Don't you touch it. Don't touch it. Stop it.
Oh my god.
Put your hands down.
My potato face.
Yes.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
He's
used to
into
be one of my
grotesque.
favorite shows as a kid.
He's got
And
gross
Babar.
kink or something. I don't know.
Oh my god. You live in like 15? Oh. I live in Central California.
Look, I have not I'm in what's called menopause. Like I'm in the pre-menopause, the stage before you're in pre-menopause, right? According to the doctors, I have not had sweats or depression or any of the symptoms. However, I'm expecting it to be a very, very rough road if my mother's experience is anything to go by. Nightmare fuel. I'm terrified of menopause, to be honest, because how bad it was for her. She would wake up in the night, Jennifer, drenched in sweat. This is the woman who now, she's in her 60s now, still does not sleep with blankets on her bed in the middle of winter. She has fans on her in winter because she gets so hot. No, I don't. I'm no. And then there's the headaches and the nausea and then all the other, there's no. But yes, the sweating is a thing, but it has not happened to me. And I couldn't tell you how to deal with it. You just cry, I guess. Just cry yourself to sleep. It's the only thing I can recommend.
Miranda can get to 112. Ew.
Hi, Oceana.
That's
Hi.
hot.
Hello, shenanigans. Hi.
Okay, I think I saw that movie. Cassie. Oh my god, I need to quit smoking.
Yeah,
I
you
even
do
laugh, no.
actually
Oh my God, that's so
do.
funny.
You really, honestly
That's a
need to
perfect
stop
picture.
for lots
I
of
love
reasons.
that. I don't know if that was meant to be hate, but it made me laugh, so. Like my magnet. I found one of my abayas. That's been missing.
Oh, and the
It was a suitcase
insomnia. That
one.
was the other thing. Oh my God.
Thank you
No,
for
I
being
already
reminded.
have
It's a suitcase
insomnia.
one.
I don't need more.
You know the hardest
Yeah,
part
bits.
of putting together your home?
I had my picture
It's
with that cat
organizing,
nights. I
like
to sleep
finding,
with the
like,
bath with
nice
the fan and window
containers
open
and
and
all
light
this stuff.
blankets summer and winter.
I
Yep,
got,
that sounds about right, Jade. That's
nice little
literally what I
baskets,
hear from a lot of
baskets
ladies.
to put under the TV so we can put all our stuff in there. You know, like watches and stuff like that.
But that's a
Chargers.
little bit sexy, right? Because you're in them
And
buff.
especially if you have to cat-proof the home. So like even this, I'm not gonna take it off, and I'm not gonna put it somewhere because the cat will lose it. Remember, I used to have that problem with the beazer cats I had, with Sam and BBJ with my earrings. I would always only have one. Yeah, hi Cassie.
Now, the fact that she's had cats that have behaved like that in the past, and she's got a kitten, and they will literally play with anything, like anything. Wouldn't you think you'd just be a little bit more responsible and make sure that things are like put into a container or you put them in the same spot? Like you would make sure that they're out of harm's way. A regular person would, yeah. But not Chantal.
Did you forget your biscuit again?
Yeah, shut up about the cat's gunt.
Yeah, thank God my family's okay.
Shut up.
You know, I'm kind of worried. Like, I don't know, the fires are getting bad, eh?
Eh? They are getting bad, eh?
What does New York look like yesterday from the smoke? No, I have to look all this up. I guess I've just been really self-absorbed. I haven't really been paying attention, but yeah. Are there wildfires like every year in California, or like the wildfires just like remember how bad they were in Australia a few years ago?
Yeah, we had some big fires in Sydney, bushfires that nearly burnt half of the state down. She knows about that, but she doesn't know what's going on in her own state. Okay, at least she's informed.
I had a lot of beezers and viewers then in Australia. I was worried about.
I
School and outside activities canceled. Oh wow.
It makes it actually, I don't know, it's so dumb and it shouldn't, but when she says the word Australia or Australian, it actually makes me don't put my country's name in your mouth. We don't exist to you, Chantal. Everything here is nice. You are not allowed. Look away from Australia. We are a void. We are invisible. We don't exist. We're not real. Not for you. We are not for you.
It's bad. I'm sure the kids love that. Hi, Blacks. Hey, long time no see. I missed you guys. You know, I used to pray for some kind of natural disaster when I was in school years. Anything to get out of going. You know, like, are you sure the buses are not canceled today? You're still going. I'm getting like before my mom had a car. I'm getting Grandpa to drive you. No, I don't want to go to school. I used to pray for any illness. I know it's bad, but any cold, any flu. You know, I even remember like being in class with some kid who would be sneezing, and you could tell they're getting sick. And I'd be like, you know, they'd be
Leaning
like, hey,
in.
partner for your project. Okay, I want to go with the sick kid so I can catch his flu, so I can miss school.
Lazy even back then.
Anything. I hated going. I hated getting up in the morning since I was born. I was even late coming out of the womb. Like my mom had to have a C-section. I didn't want to come out. I was late. I was supposed to come out. When was I supposed to be born? I think the 26th.
Nola, I'm AI. I'm a bot. I am a bot. I am not real. I am a figment of your imagination. I am here to spread the koala propaganda. Good day, mates. Hi, Omi. Hi, Tangled Bliss. Hi.
How much snow? Oh, it has to be like 30 centimeters or more for them to cancel school. Well, it has to be a lot. Oh, the fires in Nova Scotia?
She doesn't know anything. Oh my God, how disinterested could you be in your own country?
For a disaster, yeah.
She doesn't
like,
probably think
flu.
she's
Everyone's
Canadian
giving the
anymore
flu
because
every-
she's Kuwaiti
I
now.
swear. It must have been the papaya juice my mom used to give me in my lunches. I hated papaya juice. I don't think I ever told her, just like,
No, because that is illegal and animal cruelty, and I would get my ass handed to me. They kangaroos, the back legs, they can jump like 3 meters in the air. They can jump over massive fences, so they can kill a man. Plus, they've got claws. Plus, they will bite. You don't want to fucks with kangaroos. And nor would I want to. They're adorable. They're cute. They have the longest of eyelashes, big, beautiful little eyes. I want to treasure our little kangaroos. And those people that used to box the animals, that was actually animal cruelty, because kangaroos don't do that unless they are, it's their fight or flight mode. So those poor animals, but a red kangaroo like that, they will fuck you up. They will mess you up big time. And good, if you're getting into a fight with kangaroo, you deserve it.
suffered in silence.
But you know who is unusually aggressive? Wombats. I'll tell you what, they are tanks. When I went to the Australia Zoo, I saw one, and I probably can't say you show in the camera, but they are about yay long, 30 kilos. 30, they were like small, but all muscle and blind as anything. And that's why they're aggressive, because they're so worried about things eating them, like dingoes and stuff, that they can't see. So they will charge at you. Wombats, yeah, pretty aggressive. If they get surprised. Did not know that. I thought they were cute and adorable.
A lot of vitamin C. Give me the Capri Sun. It's very smoky where I am in Northern Ontario.
Drop bears
Jeez.
are
What have I
very
been coughing?
scary.
Hey, where were you? I've already been coughing. What the fuck? I swear, I hated going to school. Like, honestly, whenever like my mom would check and I had a fever, I was like,
Okay,
yes,
yeah, you hated school. Probably because you're unpopular and all the kids hated you.
About one babysitter death. Ew. Yeah. I had some bad babysitters.
Wombats are very
I never had to
cute.
see them again though. So that was good. But yeah, it's not as easy, it's not as easy as that. What? People are displaced? Oh my god. Well, Canada's really big. There's a lot of places to go, but not if the fire's spreading that far. That's crazy. I really hope that people stay safe and everything goes well. We have 2 kids and one special needs so hard. I just need to flip in a couple of hours sometimes. I just don't get that. I love my girls, but I hope no one takes that out of. Yeah. Hey, that's totally understandable. That's very overwhelming. You do your best, but you get burnt out. Like caregiver burnout is a real thing. And actually, when I worked in healthcare, we used to have a lot of people who would go into homes.
No, we don't have groundhogs. What would be the closest thing? Well, wombats burrow, so they would probably be our version of groundhogs, because they are a burrowing animal. That's probably why they have really bad eyesight, because they spend a lot of time underground, and that's how they get away from predators and stuff. And they've got really strong arms, and they dig and dig and dig and dig. But no, we don't have groundhogs. We have other little things, but no. Echidnas, wombats, bilbies, quokkas, kangaroos, those sorts of things. Wallabies. We have lots of like weird little marsupial type animals. The koalas, but we don't really have like things like beavers, platypus. We have alternates. We have like indie alternates to your animals. We do our own sort of situation over here with our kind of things.
Just to help with respite for people who were burnt out, So at least you recognize that. Maybe there's some kind of like organization like that, Tracy.
Oh my God, she's such a fucking idiot. We, Australia, have sent about 200 or so firefighters over there to give the firefighters respite. I'm pretty sure there are other countries that have done the same. America, I'm sure they've sent people up there to help out. She's on the ball. She's a thinker, this one. She's a thinker.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Tracy. I'm glad to see all you.
Canada's big. They can just pull up a tent anywhere.
Stats are not accurate, but we have to say it.
It's not like they've got jobs, kids, got to be safe, got to be fed, got to have water, got to be able to use the toilet, the distress of losing all your possessions, all your important papers, your sense of security, the trauma of all your children's possessions being taken away. You could just go and stay somewhere else, pull up a tent, just go park in someone else's backyard. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's just a minor problem, minor issue. You can overcome that quite easily,
Yeah. Yeah, babe. You set her hair on fire? Oh my gosh, that's criminal.
Yeah.
Did you go in a group home after that? I'm so protective too, so that doesn't help. You just don't let anyone go in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. You're leaving like loved ones in the care of strangers. So it's hard. Hello, Tracy.
It's not hard for her at all. She doesn't give a shit.
I'll be with your side and bless you. Sweets. Parenting is hard. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure other countries would have sent help.
Being a pet mom is challenging sometimes. Honestly,
she's not a pet mum. She's a pet napper. I still believe that cat is a stray.
I couldn't imagine because some universities provide daycare at affordable rates. That's true. My university had a daycare.
Yeah, they are kind of like hedgehogs.
Excuse me. I'm glad I never had to visit. Now, something about daycares creep me out. I remember being in daycare. I remember the smell of old microwave dinners.
Yeah, no one cares.
I like being a mom, but it can sure be hard. Not having any support is definitely tough for sure. Thanks, Wax. Yeah.
Hi,
per minute is
seafood pie.
harder, for sure.
Hi.
You'll have to replay later. Yeah, I've been on for about 47 minutes. Latchkey. What's latchkey? Hey, Chloe Tabor. Am I saying that right? Welcome, welcome. Bernie Peace. Hello.
What's a latchkey kid? And this one's gone to university. She doesn't know what a latchkey kid is. Wow.
Oh yeah, Allie's a new Beezer.
Oh, 100%.
Working everything. Yes.
100%
The
she
economy was
picked the
and
cat.
some
She
people
picked
back then,
the
like in the
youngest,
80s,
fluffiest one they could
half from, like, I was
find.
born in the 80s. So old, oh my gosh. Everything was different, you're right. Like people had like, were able to sustain a life with jobs, like, I don't know, the quality of things just seemed better. I don't know how to explain it. Like even, I don't know. Maybe I'm not remembering that.
Yeah, you don't know how to explain it because you don't know. You were blissfully unaware because you're a child, and that's how it should be. Every generation has hardships, financial. There's the way things roll on. Every generation has had either financial issues, war issues, conflict issues, price of oil, price of food increases, housing markets. Life turns in similar cycles. Children don't see those cycles because your parents try to hide those things from you and give you a certain quality of life. So you can just blissfully slip through life, sucking a candy pop, going to school, and you don't have to worry about where the bills come from or where the roof over your head's going to be. If you're unaware of it, that's how it should be. But don't try and paint your generation as the blissful utopia. Like she doesn't know anything. And that's why she stops herself halfway through a sentence. She tries to explain it and then she realizes it's ridiculous. She goes, well, I don't know. That's because you don't know.
Not right. Whenever you're a kid, everything is just like, the world is like mysterious. Now, when you start learning everything about it, it's like, well, before I became like religious, there was a huge period of time where everything just felt hopeless and meaningless.
I question that she is religious. I don't question that she's reverted to being a Muslim, but I do question that she is religious.
And I was like atheist for a point, and I was like, what the heck is the point of this? It's so mundane and tedious, and
Oh, did you Tangled?
No, it's not like that.
I don't know if you know this, Tangled, but I have koalas in my back trees. Yes, I do.
Wine and Grapes Company. Yeah, bringing up children, because you're always having to dedicate all of your time to them. Like you're responsible for the bringing up of a whole human. Like that just terrifies me. Like even having a cat.
It should terrify you, Chantal, because you are so ill-equipped as an adult to raise yourself, to put you in charge of a whole ass other human being that relies on you for everything physical and then also everything emotional and everything financial would be one of the worst situations that I can think of for that child and for yourself, period. It is being mindful of a whole other human being, not just physically, but mentally as well, and emotionally, and physical safety. She couldn't do it. She can't even do hamsters right. Oh my God.
Hi, Richie. Jack, hi. Hi, Beezers. A sommelier, that's what it's called. Nice. That's interesting.
Koalas.
You're strong. You seem very strong, Black.
Oh.
So if anyone can do it, it's you. I don't believe God gives us anything more than we can handle. And honestly, even though it tests our limits, like I don't know if people just think everything is just going to be sunshine and rainbows all the time. Like life is.
I'll see if I can find it. I've got a video on my channel. I'll see if I can find it. I'll just wait for it to load up. Or did I think I posted it on my community tab. Did I? Where is it? I put it there for Goose Chuck because she loves that stuff. Oh, it's not loading. Posts? Is it on a post? Let me see. It's got to be here somewhere. Nope. No, I can't find it. If I find it, I'll repost it on my community tab. It's just a couple of minutes of when we saw one of the koalas in the trees in our backyard. Yeah, I'll put it there after. I'll see if I can find it. I'm sure I've got it there somewhere.
As people, if we don't go through hard things, So it's just, I see things in a very different perspective than I did even just last year,
Tangled. I'm going to do you one better. When I went to the zoo, I paid for an experience where I got to hang out with a wombat and I actually got to hold a koala and we boot noses. So I'll see if I can pull up that footage and I'll post it on my community post so you can see that as well.
And just getting rid of that hopeless feelings helps me deal with depression in a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways I try to deal with my depression instead of ignoring it. There's still a lot of things.
Don't start me with effing magpies. Magpies are my nemesis. The one that used to harass and abuse me at my front window does not come around anymore, but I'm sure they'll be back during mating season. Magpies are nightmares, in my opinion.
Things and tools I could use, but I find that my faith, medication, and just proper self-learning techniques of how to deal with anxieties and things, more emotional intelligence.
It would be great if she went into detail on exactly what those things were and how she's using them to help herself. Just saying meditation, what do you use to meditate? How do you set up that environment? What's working for you? How often do you do it? How long do you do it? Are there particular prayers or mantras that you use? Who's helping you with this? How is it helping? How does it make you feel? Why did you choose that? Just a few questions regarding that. Not just, these are the, how to handle anxiety. What are you specifically doing? Because that would be great. That would be something really nice to share with your audience. That's how you have a relatability to your audience. This is what I'm doing. Maybe you guys would like to try that too. That reminds me, ask me about my new mascara at the very end, somebody. Jade, it's your job. Jade, ask me about the mascara, okay? I have a story.
I'm really trying. Those things have been really, really, really.
I know, aren't
Oh my
they
gosh.
amazing? They make her look so much
they're
better.
insane, Morby. That's what we've been saying. You just bought Resident Evil 4, Jack?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Have you been playing? Have you started playing? I didn't know you were a gamer.
The only problem with that photo is that you're not actually supposed to pour. Koalas are not meant to drink like that. They're meant to drink with their head down. But, at that point, the koala was just gagging for water. It was going to take it, however. Hi, Allegra. Hello. Oh, foxes.
Therapy is ridiculously expensive here. Ridiculous. I think,
Chantal could afford it if she didn't eat so much takeaway. Just saying.
From what research I did, it's very, very expensive. Very.
Oh, you're okay,
Allegra.
Allegra. That's okay.
I guess I just cope with learning, watching a lot of videos, reading a lot about emotional intelligence, coping techniques like this.
That sounds
Social media
nice.
can be very useful for educational things like that. Also, I, pray a lot and turn to my faith, read the Quran. And
what do you pray for? I know that's very personal, but I wonder what she prays for. Does she pray for health? Does she pray for the safety of her family? Now that she's found out about the fires, does she pray for them? Or does she pray for, what kind of aspirations does she have? What kind of energy is she trying to get from her prayers? What improvements or hopes is she putting out into the world? Because I would probably, in my opinion, would think they're probably all very self-serving.
And just, I don't know. I feel like I've matured a little bit in that way, An online therapist. That's I keep forgetting about that.
Chantal, cheese matures. You age. You've aged up. You haven't matured up. You are still the selfish, immature, narcissistic, self-absorbed, self-centered, delusional pig you've always been, in my opinion.
Move a TV. Oh my gosh, it must be strong.
Oh, yes, I bet she does that. I bet she does. I bet she doesn't do it in a, thank you. I'm going to do my own pretend prayer. This is not her religion. This is just how I would phrase it if I was doing a prayer and I was Chantal. Okay. Hi, how you going? Hi. I'm just just taking a minute today just to, have a bit of a chit chat. And I just want to say, great job on the hubby. He's tall, he's hairy, he's dumb, just what I was looking for. Thanks so much. And much younger than me, makes me feel great, makes me feel quite spry. I was just wondering if there's any way possible you could make his personality so unappealing that absolutely nobody else could possibly be attracted to him. That would help me out greatly, because I'm just so insecure. I don't think I could fathom the idea of him actually talking to someone and finding him engaging in any way. I was just hoping you could help me out with that as well. You did such a great job in delivering such a dummy to me. Just make him unbearably annoying. That'd be great. Okay, Chantal out. Bye. That's what I reckon her prayer would be like.
It was like $2,000. Unless I got that wrong. Maybe it was $500. I don't know. Definitely that too. When it piles on, it just gets a lot. It does. Yeah.
Okay, Jade.
Health issues. It just piles on. Yeah. It seems insufferable. Like,
Hi, Janet. Hi. Good morning.
Content over meditation. How you cope with negativity. That's a good idea. Thanks, Jack. Thanks, guys, for noticing.
She doesn't cope with negativity. She doesn't cope with it at all. What she does is she bears down, white knuckles, absorbs, consumes, and then it's like explosive diarrhea all over a community post. She's just purging vitriol, horrible pictures, yuck, just shit everywhere all over a community post. And then what does she do? I'm sorry, I'm going to do better. I'm going to ignore it. And then she sits back, consumes until she can't take it anymore. And then that's how she doesn't cope with negativity.
You used to be a gamer?
Oh, that's a good one. Add that in, Jennifer.
I don't know if I'm in Mint. I'm going to check it out again, actually, and see.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for getting me a bargain basement husband. Thank you. I am a budgety girl. I am fiscally responsible. Thanks so much.
Because it was a while ago I checked. I don't even know if I have it right. But I remember it being expensive. A lot more than Canada. Korean pizza? What's on that?
Oh, yeah, she would never say thank you.
Like Korean fried chicken. I have an online therapist and it's been good. Not sure how much it would be in Korea, though. Yeah, I'd have to check. The Korean pizza. I've never heard of that. I've heard of sushi pizza. That sounds gross to me. Does anyone have sushi pizza?
It makes me so angry. I don't want to hear her say such words. That word, Korean, anything Australian, keep it out of your mouth. It's not for you. Good stuff. It's not for you.
Reading the Bible. Yeah, whatever, reading whatever religious text
that would be another. That would,
follow can be
yeah,
very
absolutely. 100%.
Even just like when you're praying, it's like calming. Resident Evil 2, okay. Oh, another Resident Evil fan. So your favorite is Resident Evil 4, right?
Oh,
Because you love Ashley so much. Sushi burritos? Whoa.
Sushi burrito, that would be like gimbap sandwiches. If you don't know what that is, just look it up. Amazing.
You can't take care of others with an empty cup. That's true. Yeah, that's why they say you have to take care of yourself first.
Her cup and her plate is never empty, but it's always just for her. And it's usually for 6 to 8 other people could probably feed from her plate and from her cup. But it's just for one person, guys. It's a serving for one.
But I mean, how realistic is that? It's so hard to do, to find time for yourself when it's just constantly like,
That's all she has. That literally is all she has. All she has is time to work on herself, make herself better, make her life better, to skill herself up. She doesn't have a job. She doesn't have kids. She barely has to do any housework because she doesn't have a huge house. She doesn't have to run a business. She's not going to school. Her husband's hardly ever around, so it's not like she has to fetch and scurry after him. All she has is time to focus on herself. What the hell is she doing? She acts like she's this mega mogul that I just couldn't possibly fit it into a schedule. I just don't have the time in between appointments. You have nothing but time, love. It's the biggest luxury you have. Okay.
I can't even compare, but even with a
Bye.
kitten, like I forget how much work they are because I was so used to having adult cats, for a long time. But I remember even BBJ was a beezer, Sam was a beezer, and you have to cat-proof your house. You have to keep an eye on them when they're awake. And sometimes when she's sleeping, I'm like, oh, finally, like she's not beezing because like I have to like get up so many times to like make sure she doesn't get to the.
She never monitored either of those cats. And you don't have to watch your cats 24/7. My cat comes in and out as he pleases. He doesn't go anywhere. He's asleep on a towel that he's not supposed to be asleep on, or he's sitting on the lounge in the backyard. I had to have eyes on him 24/7. She never did that anyway. What bullshit is she on today? She's making this up as she
Go
goes.
through like I'm gonna have to hide every wire, everything in the house. But she's worth it. Actually, gross. Okay, golden girl, no problem. Short rib pizza. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good.
Oh, no food
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, happy birthday to him.
Stop it.
I'm so proud of you having a higher power and seeing purpose. But it just depends. Depends on the day.
Okay. I'm bored with her now. I'm bored. Let's watch the health vlog because that's much more interesting. She says lots of funny, ridiculous little things in that one. So I haven't watched all of it. I've just seen snippets. But I'm bored with this now. She's just making me mad. She hasn't made me mad in a little while. I don't know if I'm mad. It's just annoyed because she's so stupid. She's just such a buffoon, in my opinion. Okay. So let's go this one here. Now, I was going to edit this one, but I couldn't do it. I didn't have time. Okay. There we go. Okay. This one. No, not hello, guys. You come over here, you come here. How dare she call herself a skinny legend? She's not even close to a legend, and she's nowhere near skinny yet. Oh, she's being facetious. Okay. Okay. Make her big. Make her fast. Because who's got time? Okay. Let me know what the sound is like, whether I've got to turn her up or not. Okay. Hit it.
Bismillah. I am having a healthy meal today. I'm kind of sweaty because honestly, I've been working hard to clean my home and I'm in the kitchen just like chopping vegetables. Feels like forever. And I made a salad. I know it doesn't look like much, but there's a lot in here. It's a green salad. It's just chopped romaine, spring onion, mint, parsley, coriander or cilantro, dill, fresh dill, ginger, what's it called? Arugula, something else green. I don't even know the name. These are grilled tomatoes because we ordered chicken. What else? What did I put in here? Anyways, a bunch of green things. And the dressing is just olive oil, lemon juice, salt, pepper, a little bit of salt, pepper, and some honey, like natural honey for sweetening. So
like this is healthy. I don't know what's on the chicken. I don't know how the chicken was prepared. But this is a healthy lunch. Large salad, some chicken. However, the portion size, massive. And it's not even the salad, unless it's got oil on it. The dressing, the oil dressing, that's where your calories are going to be. Everything else is moot, zero. Probably, I don't know, less than 100 calories for your greens and then whatever the oil is. Maybe 200, 250 calories for the salad because of the dressing. But that chicken, especially if it's skin on chicken, that's enough to feed probably 2 people. The salad more, but, fill her up. She needs to fill up. But she doesn't understand portions. She could have half of that chicken, half of that soup, and then have a low-calorie soup, and she'd be full. She could have a lot of those little cups of soups with some chicken breast in it to fill her up because she's got an ED. So she needs to be having, in my opinion, lots of low calorie snacks through the day to always keep her with that feeling of fullness without restricting massive binge, because that's what she's doing right now. She has no concept of portions whatsoever. None. Don't try and tell me she does. She doesn't.
And then I have half of a grilled chicken.
Hi, Kunsinta.
Julia's eating
Hi.
her
Kusinta,
food,
I
but I'm
should say.
sure
Sorry, I said it wrong.
want some chicken. She likes everything. Like everything I'm eating. I don't give her everything I'm eating, but just the other day I was eating a cheese slice. Okay.
Because she's a street cat. Street cats will literally go for anything that they think is palatable or edible and not rancid. They will eat anything as long as it is food. They don't care. They don't care. That's why she's eating cheese slices. Come here, Bubba. Come on, honey. Oh, he's a big boy. He's a big boy. The cat's come up for cuddles again. I don't think he's going to want to look at the camera, but yeah. All right.
Like this, and I had it like this. I felt a tug, and she took half the cheese slice and ran with it. And then this morning, I woke up. I like to have hydrating fruit when I wake up. I've always been like this. When I start a health journey, I find it cleansing. Like there's something astringent and hydrating at the same time about fruit.
Rubbish.
And fruit is actually a food that our body digests the best. It doesn't take long to digest it. So if you
it's because it's got a lot of water in it, but it also has a lot of sugar in it. You know what really is really hydrating? Fucking water. Have a glass of water before you eat anything in the day if you want hydration. Fruit my ass. When has she ever woken up and gone, oh, I'd like a big bowl of fruit for breakfast? Never. The only fruit that I've ever seen her have for breakfast is probably a couple of strawberries on the large side of waffles or pancakes that she's had Uber Eats in. I want fruit because it's hydrating. Stop it. Stop it.
A lot of hydrating fruit. Look at me in health mode now. You're going to be going to the washroom a lot, but number one, but you're cleaning your system.
Yeah, the irony that she would say that in the fact that she's eating a full-sized filleted chicken and a salad the size of a crash helmet. She's in health mode, guys. Health mode.
And that's that. I love that feeling, honestly. But accompanied by that is hunger, of course. But fruit has a lot of fiber also. Like I had a big bowl of cantaloupe and mango.
She's talking to us like we don't know this. Like we are grown adults with kids of our own that have also had our own weight struggles. If you're watching Chantal, you've either probably got a history of weight issues, you're a person that is into health and you've just happened to stumble across her by accident, or you're already on your own weight journey. She's not teaching anybody anything new. We know how food works, hun. We understand it. Most of us probably understand it a lot better than you do. And yeah, it does have fiber in it, but also has a lot of sugar. You need veggies, not fruit.
Mango. I cut up a mango and half of a cantaloupe for breakfast. And also because I'm not very hungry in the morning. I don't know how people wake up and eat a huge meal because I would be sluggish.
Natural ginger, it's fucking gobshite. She's a fucking gobshite, this one. Fucking just talking shit all the day.
Sluggish all day. Like, I don't know. I would need a break. And plus, I don't have a gallbladder. So when I eat things that are high in fat, I get really, here, baby girl. I'm going to take the skin off for her. I get very sluggish and I have trouble with the washroom.
You are sluggish anyway, whether you're eating rice or if you're eating salad, you are sluggish. Your diet doesn't make anything better at all. You run to the toilet because you don't have a gallbladder, regardless of what you're eating. We saw you in the drive-thrus when you were eating Burger King, Nashie's, McDonald's. You would have to make emergency stops to go to the bathroom then. You said the other day, I am sluggish. Life is hard. I'm so tired all the time. It's because of your rubbish diet. So you're trying to say that when you go into a healthy diet mode, you become sluggish. Okay. It's probably because you're in withdrawals. Your body's withdrawing from the thing. Your drug of choice has been taken away. The highly palatable, salty, sugary, deep fried crap that your body craves has been taken away and you try and replace it with nonsense portions, nonsense food, that's not going to help you out. But tell us more.
Here you go, baby girl.
I hope that's got garlic and onion
So,
seasoning on it because that's really great for cats.
Do you like the chicken? Do you like the chicken?
I'm going to fast forward because we don't like crap
I was about to say
content.
she doesn't like mango, but she loves cantaloupe. So I let her have a small piece.
Tell me your cat's not a street cat by telling me that your cat likes fruit. What cat likes fruit? They can't taste it, so why would they eat it? They eat it because they know it's a food source that's not going to make them sick and die. They'll eat anything. They'd eat garbage out the bin if they thought it was okay. That is a street cat.
And he likes to order a platter of barbecue. And so I just had the chicken that comes with it and the grilled tomatoes. He doesn't like those. And then he's sprinkling, so cute. He tries to make the presentation good. And he's like, all right, healthy girl, puts the parsley on my chicken, like for presentation purposes. I love him. Baby girl.
Nope.
You cannot have too much chicken. Okay, so bismillah.
Yeah.
So
out.
And
I'm sorry, I can't get rid of the cat's ears. We're just going to deal with it. I'm going to speed her up because I want to get through the vlog as well as this. I should have said I want to watch the mukbang and then the vlog. Should have done the other way around.
okay, maybe I gave her one small little piece. I was giving her small pieces. I put on some weight.
Well, duh.
I'd eat things at night.
Mhm.
Packets of pita chips.
You're 100% right, Grateful Life. She's got this theory that if it's homemade and it's healthy food, you can eat as much as you want and you can prepare it any way at all and it's healthy. And it's absolutely not the truth.
Cheese slices, a lot of 3-in-1 Nescafe, which is high in calories, sodas.
Which she'll be back to eating tomorrow.
This dressing and the herbs. So at first, it's so tiring, like, especially with the extra weight. Sometimes I can't control my urges.
She can't run. She would yell for Salah to get the chicken off the cat.
Good girl. I'd eat like maybe a quarter of a kilo of nuts and seeds at night. Ordering out Burger King.
She's eating a quarter of a kilo of nuts and seeds. That's where her calories up on top of all the rice. That's oh my God. Nuts and that have got so many calories in it. Like, girl, what are you doing?
Everything. And I woke up today feeling motivated by the idea that I really came to the
Some dressings will have sugar in it to counterbalance the acidity in it as well. I've got a honey mustard dressing and the liver cleansing dressing has got honey in it as well. And some people believe it's better for you than using actual real sugar, but the calories are about the same. But technically, is honey a bit better than sugar? Probably, because it's not processed and blah, 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 as much, blah, 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 blah. It's more of a whole food, but yeah, people put honey in their dressings. Depends on the flavors.
The conclusion that this crap food is not worth shortening my life for.
She weighs 369 pounds.
Sure.
If that was your question.
I don't know. Maybe she was a street cat before, but not when we got her.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
the people who had her before when she was from the street. I'm not sure.
So a quarter of a kilo is about 250 grams, which is about a pound. So she's eating a pound of nuts.
Are you feral? Don't wag your tail.
No, well, if you're making a honey mustard dressing, you would put a little bit of vinegar, some oil, some Dijon mustard, a little bit of garlic, some honey, and then you would shake it all up in a bottle, and there's your honey mustard dressing. Or you could use lemon juice as well if you wanted.
Honey. You're obsessed. This cat eats all the time. She always has food. Anyway.
That's because she's a street cat. This is one of the things I was trying to explain. That's why she's like, oh, street cats like it outside. They like it. No, they don't like it. It stresses cats out. They prefer to live in domestic situations because they are a domestic cat. They're used to it. They're used to food security. They're used to safety. They are anxious because they're worried that people are going to, other animals, people are going to take their food. They are in competition with everybody for food. That's why she's like that. She's a kitten she's a street cat. She's always having a hustle for her food. She doesn't know where it's coming from. She's fighting with other cats to get it. They're just lucky she's a kitten and she's pretty mellow. But is that cat food focused? Yeah, street cats will be because they are worried where their next meal's coming from and it's going to get stolen out from under them. Idiot.
I said no more. No more. Go. I'm not good at punishing.
166.6 kilograms, which is 369. Guys, my cat, I want to see if I can show you what my cat's doing right now. He's literally just powwowing and just chilling, getting some hugs. Oh, God, can I put this back down now? There we go. Oh, it's a bit weird. Oh, God. If I lose you, I'm sorry. There we go. Yeah, he's just having some cuddles. I
mean, does she have Prader-Willi syndrome?
Mm-hmm.
She can't stop eating? Or is it because she's a kitten? Hey.
It's because she's a street cat and a kitten. And it's meat. It's chicken. Some cats love chicken. My cat, fish. Won't eat anything with turkey, liver, beef, meat, chicken, egg, nothing. Has to be fish. But he's spoiled and he's a picky eater. This one, she'll eat it. She'll eat a cheese slice. My cat would look like I'm insane if I tried to offer him cheese.
Here. No more, for real.
He is very sweet.
Is it
He's
because
a
she's a kitten,
baby.
she needs to eat more? Like,
He's
I
a
looked up that kittens need to
baby.
eat more in general.
Take it, Julia. Get it.
Vamos.
Now, if Chantal could get up without embarrassing herself, like a normal person would, what would they do? What did I do when my cat was scratching at my door and crying for me? What did I do? I got up from my chair, walked to the door, let him in, sat down, and now we're having beautiful baby cat cuddles. Chantal can't do that. She can't get up, pick up the cat, put her in another room, or take her to Sala and close the door. Why? Because she can't get up off the floor without embarrassing herself. That's why she's putting up with this, because what's her alternate? To sing out to Sala, come take the cat. And he's going to be like, no, I'm playing my game. I'm talking to women online. Leave me alone. No, she has to deal with the cat. And if she knows her cat's food focused, how rude of her is to eat that in front of her cat and say, no, no, no. Just, ugh. She's just stupid.
Sweet girl.
In my opinion.
This chicken is so good.
Yeah, some cats don't like it.
Cool.
Hi, Lily Nan. Hi.
And I want to go on this trip. Like, I want to get new clothes. So I'm trying to delay that instant gratification feeling for like rewards down the line where I can be like happier, healthier.
But her using her willpower as her only strategy to improve her eating is literally asking to fail, because it's never worked before. She's not doing, as far as we know, she's not doing anything other than praying to help her get strategies in place to prevent her overeating, her binging, to keep her portions down. She's still eating too much food, not exercising enough. why does she think this is going to work? Because it's never worked before. She's done this a million times. She needs to do something different. No, she's just going to try the same because it's not real. She's only doing it because I think she's probably had a conversation with someone who's like, this can't go on. You need to be able to go outside without stroking out. I'm going to travel. If you can't travel, well, I'll just go by myself. Teaching
My brain
bad
goes between,
habits,
like, wanting to be
Christy. And
active and
hello,
healthy
by the
and
way.
new lease on life, and then it tricks me into thinking, you don't want that. It's too much work.
It
You
tricks
want to just be
her.
cozy. You know, the comfort of not changing. You want to lay in bed with that half kilo of nuts, watching horror movies, smoking shisha, ordering out. It's not sustainable. So why am I delaying the inevitable? I have to change. And even just in
How much salad do you need on your fork?
half a day
Oh,
of
just
eating
using
healthy
a
and natural
proper
food,
fork.
I have so much more energy. Even just half a day. Can you imagine in a week from now?
You're going to be exactly the same weight in a week from now because you're not doing enough exercise and you're still eating too much.
In a month from now?
Nothing.
from
You're
now?
going to be fatter than ever in a month.
time
But
passes
you're not
anyway,
going to
right?
stick to it.
Good girl. Did you have
Can
enough
you
chicken?
hear him?
I think you did.
I can hear you, baby. Oh, shit. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Oh, are you okay? Oh. He hopped down.
For people
got
saying I'm using my cat as a prop
embarrassed.
because she's in the background, you're acting like I can literally press the button and tell her where to sit. She chooses to sit here. I don't ask her to. I mean, she's my part of the family now. Why shouldn't she be in videos? I don't know. Just
Because you're tone deaf to the environment that your community is upset about, the fact that you've abused 2 other cats, and it upsets them to see that they see your other potential victim in the background. It's because you don't understand and you don't get it. Or no, she does get it and she does understand, but she's doing what she wants and she likes that she inflames and upsets people and she's acting obtuse. That's what she is. She's obtuse.
anyway, here I am addressing stupidity again. I mean,
Hi, Upside Nay. Hi, hun.
look, if my cat started not appearing in videos, it would be, what happened to the cat? What happened to the cat? The cat's dead, blah, blah, blah. Hi. Not chicken, eh?
That cat hasn't been vaccinated or wormed. Oh,
Sorry.
we are well on our way to getting butt worms, guys. She keeps kissing that cat like that street cat that's not been to the vet, that's not been wormed. We're getting ringworms, guys.
Hi. Sweet angel. Oh, no, she doesn't want me to touch her when she wants chicken. That's right.
Stop feeding her like that. You're
Good protein
teaching
for her.
her to beg
No.
for food.
So my henna is fading a bit, getting purpley, but the black henna actually fades way less than the other kind.
How would you know?
So-
You've never had the other kind. It looks
I've heard people
awful.
criticize it and say it's not very skilled. Actually, it's one
No,
of the best people.
no. The art, like I said before when we talked about this earlier, the art is actually really pretty. Your hands fucked it up because they're big and puffy and meaty and distort the design, and it doesn't flatter your hands. Your hands are short, stumpy. You needed long and lean to make them look long and lean. You picked the wrong design, and you keep flashing it like it's awesome, where you've got fingers that look like they're this big, like little sausages, like little, what do we call those? Chorizo fingers.
In Kuwait. So, but anyway,
She can find the best henna tattoo artist in Kuwait, but she doesn't know about bushfires in her own hometown. Don't know any of those deets, but she knows that she's one of the best ones in Kuwait. Okay.
try again. I'm gonna eat one of these every day.
She won't. She'll be off the diet tomorrow. She'll be like, I had a moment of weakness. It's really hard, guys. I was craving it. I'm going to give it 2 days before we have McDonald's mukbang again.
I'm going to be making more food.
Buttworms. We're having
Recipes in the
buttworms.
kitchen. You guys will love it. I think. I have a really good healthy recipe. It's a vegan recipe.
Yeah, I think it's because the hennas they're black, but they are blue based, all natural colors, and henna's a natural plant, so it's gonna have a bluish base to it, and that's why it goes purple. Smart.
I love beans. I mean, a lot.
Whenever I hear her say beans, I hear beans, beans, the musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. I'm sorry. She brings it out in me. Sorry. Apologize. Take it back.
It didn't fall on the floor.
Babe, grateful. We don't have to. I'm going to put this much manifestation into manifesting those buttworms because she's going to give them to herself. With that cat that hasn't been vaccinated, the cat's going to have worms. She's going to have worms. Good vibes. Buttworms, please. Powers that be, give this one buttworms. She's doing it already. Or the fact that she doesn't wash her hands as she licks her
I
fingers.
love beans.
Surprised she hasn't had them already.
Stewed beans.
You know how I know she's going to fail? Because she's still talking about food while she's eating food in front of her. She's fantasizing about food while she's eating. Who does that?
I found a really good recipe for like air fryer bean fritters.
Natural. I'm going to read that one out. Natural. Wish she would stop with the healthy word. All food is healthy if eaten in the right amount and if it's prepared in a healthy way. You can have barbecue chicken, you can have salad, you can have pizza, you can have bacon and eggs, you can have steak, you can have fried chicken, you can have all of the foods if you eat the right portion, the right caloric intake with enough exercise to burn off what you've eaten. There is no bad and good foods. It's just how much of the shit stuff that you eat in conjunction with how much you move. It's literally maths. In, out, in, out.
Okay.
Oh my
I know what you
God.
would love to do to this whole chicken carcass.
I've never heard that before.
I know what you would like to do.
I didn't know there was another
know.
verse,
Look at
Oceana. Hi, D-Rob. Hi.
Maybe I'll take out some of the meat and keep it in the fridge. Add it to her wet food. I love this lemon juice and honey. Just a bit of honey, not much.
We wouldn't want to eat too much sugar,
Have some green
guys.
tea.
We've got to keep that sugar down. It's important when you're on a diet.
But I find focusing on, you'd be amazed how much time you spend in your day thinking about food, eating, digesting, preparing food. So when you don't do that as much, like a lot of my day and night was spent eating, right, continually. You have so much time to focus on other things. You're like, what do I do? So I like to focus a lot on self-care, skincare, stuff like that.
Okay, so she washes her face, puts on a scrub, puts on a mask, puts on some moisturizer. What else are you doing with the other 23 hours and 50 minutes in your day? What else have we got? We've got to feed the hamster and we've got to feed the cat. So that's given us another. So what are you doing with the other 23 hours and 20 minutes in your day? What else are we doing with that? Other than your self-care, we'll give you an hour, maybe an hour and a half for preparing all your meals in the day. No, she cooks really slow. We'll give her 2. So we've got another about 21 hours in the day that we can focus on ourselves. So we're going to say we probably sleep about 12 hours a day because, it's hot as hell over there and she's tired all the time. So 21 minus 12 equals 9. So she's got 9 hours to improve herself through the day. Wow, she's just cramped for time. How does she fit everything in?
Self-grooming very well. Will give yourself a pedicure or like.
That's a effing lie. There is no way this one can reach her toes. Her arms, her boobs, her tummy, the length of her legs, There is no way that she's getting to her own feet. It's either Salah or she's getting Harry to hamsters. I don't know whether he's chewing a toner. She's not giving herself a pedicure. She just threw that word out there. Lie. That's a lie.
You know. Julia, you probably don't want greens. Carnivore lady. Julia into Latifa.
I've just noticed. Now, how much does that cat look like Just Saying's avatar? I was just looking at that thing. It's giving her the side eye. It looks like Just Saying's avatar. That's a little weird. Oh, hang on. My cat wants to go out. He's letting me know.
Jamila, she's beautiful.
Kelly. There we go. Foodie's hella jelly. I got up off the chair, walked to the door, walked back. I'm not even out of breath. Look at me go. I'm practically
any nutrients, you
my
have to
her standards.
do very well.
Probably. Or maybe another reason that she's going on the diet, because she does this. Something must happen to like force the issue. Perhaps it's getting to the point for her that she's gained so much weight again that she's having to get Salah to help her with things and do things that are a little embarrassing, like a carer would have to do for you. Unless you're really ill or sick or something happens to you, that you have an injury or a brain injury or you have an illness that requires your partner to do it, I'm sorry, but that's embarrassing. It's humiliating and shameful. Not that it should be, but I think a regular person would feel a little bit embarrassed about having their partner have to do those intimate things for them. And maybe, in my opinion, allegedly, perhaps it's getting almost to that point for her and she's like, nah, I've got to do something now. I cannot have my handsome husband, my gorgeous 30-year-old husband, wiping my own ass for me or putting my shoes on or cleaning under my food because I can't reach anymore and it's getting gross down there and I'm getting skin irritations and rashes and things are happening. That's embarrassing. Maybe we're getting to that stage. I don't know, but that would make me, that was me, I would definitely be wanting to make physical changes so that situation would not be happening. I'd be like, no way, my independence, my physical independence, that's bad. I can't allow my partner to do that for me, especially since I have the power to change that situation. But yeah, that's just me.
Again, Salah's in the bedroom meeting. That's why you heard the door open and close in my left mukbang, because he is eating in the room with Howie, like I said, with the door closed, because we keep Howie separated from her. Hi.
She's cute though.
Baby girl.
Fuck.
Hi, baby girl. She is so cute.
She can smell the chicken on her fingers. Look how she's focused on her
thing is,
hands. Like, oh my
why don't you guys
God.
eat together? I see this comment a lot. Because in this instance, I'm doing a mukbang. Like, we do eat together when I'm not filming.
Where does she see this comment a lot? She doesn't look at other reaction channels. She doesn't watch anybody else. She doesn't go into chats. Where is she seeing that comment? Because she wouldn't be seeing it in her own chat because none of her beezers would make that comment. So where's she seeing it? Telling on yourself once again, Chantal.
But this is not the couple's channel. So mostly he's not in the mukbangs. He doesn't love eating on camera. So I do my mukbangs and he goes and eats them.
And we are super grateful that we don't have to see him in the mukbangs because it's annoying enough to have to see him on the couple's vlogs. Not that we have to, that we do see him in your content. It's a nice relief when we don't have to hear him or see him.
No, because I mean, you would hear his crunching in the background. That why would he be here? And he can go watch something while he's eating. He likes to watch something while eating. So
he could watch you,
like
his beautiful, cute wife.
So that's why,
because Because he adores you. Why wouldn't he want to watch you eat?
Nothing negative to it.
Oh, the chewing sounds. Oh. Manky. That's a great word. I love that word.
That's about it.
Manky.
So here's
Who thinks that she didn't eat something else after this? Who thinks that that salad and that chicken filled her up? Because I don't. I think she probably would have gone and eaten something else after this because she's used to eating massively huge portions, really dense rice, lots of carbs, really heavy food. This, she'd be hungry in an hour. Absolutely. 100%.
the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, this can last forever
It won't.
because I want to live a long life with my husband.
You won't. For
And I wanna
more than
travel.
one reason, not just a health thing.
And do things with him. And I cannot do that going down the road I am. Prayer is helping too.
Mm-hmm. Evidently.
Religion, gives me a purpose as well.
Mm-hmm.
I understand why I'm here now. I don't feel lost.
Mm.
And that has really helped with mental health a lot. Sometimes I forget that though. And then I let depression seep in and doubt seep in a little bit. I'm not perfect. I'm a new Muslim. Someone was asking for a video. What are you eating? Come here.
How long do you think she's going to use that new Muslim line? Like a year, 18 months, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? When does she stop being a new Muslim? And she gets to be like, you're just not doing it very well. I don't know.
Someone was asking for a video on why I converted to Islam and all of those subjects regarding my conversion, my reversion. And I will definitely do that as well. All right, guys. So thanks for having a healthy dinner with me. Tough. I know it's going to get tough tonight. So I'm going to try to buckle in and just go to sleep when I get to that point. Anyway, I will document my struggles and my triumphs for you. Inshallah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys.
Oh,
I'm sorry if I bore you. I'll try to go live at some
You're
point.
not sorry. She's never sorry.
what's up? Woo?
Okay. Oh, God. What have I been watching? Amber Lynn stuff. That's what. Okay. Stop. Scream. Okay. So, guys, how long have we been? An hour and 42. I would like to watch the vlog. And then at the very end, I want to do the Cindy thing. Or should we do Chantal and I can do Cindy tomorrow? It's up to you guys. Or we can do both if you've got the time. I don't mind. It's very early still for me, and I don't have to work tomorrow. And insomnia is kicking my ass right now, so it doesn't really matter because I won't go to sleep after this anyway. I didn't go to sleep until 20 to 6 this morning. Yeah, I was up all night. Anyway, okay. Clarté. I said Clarté the other day. I learned that. Clarté hen. She's a Clarté hen. Mascara. Okay. We'll talk about the mascara now. Okay. Let me just go get them. I should have pulled them out before. I wasn't going to do this. Okay. Let me see if I can find the one I need. Here it is. Can I find the other one? Where's my other one? Where's my favorite one? Where are you hiding? Where are you hiding? Where are you hiding? Oh, no. There it is. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, I don't normally do a lot of beauty or makeup stuff because, you know, everybody's got their own jam, everybody's got their own skin stuff, and it's not really my thing. I'm not an expert or anything. However, because I have really bad eyesight and I can't apply fake lashes very well. So I have tried a gazillion different types of mascaras. And in the last few years, they've come up with a whole bunch of different ones. Ones that you can build up, ones you can put like primers on, and they act like fake lashes. Okay. So I went to our local beauty shop. It's kind of like Sephora's. It's Mexa, whatever. It's a beauty shop. They have all the fancy brands. And I bought this gorgeous one. Oh, look, I'm professional. It is the brand Better Than X, and it is called, it's from Too Faced. So this is expensive. It is a very heavy mascara. The casing is beautiful. It's really textured. It's got like ombre effect on it. Beautiful. $47. $47 for this mascara because I thought, blow it. I'm going to try something fancy. Tried it. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. It doesn't build. It flakes. It smears. It's supposed to be waterproof. Absolute poo. Will never buy it again. Okay? This bitch here. It is from Maybelline. It is called Surreal Falsies. I'm in love. This is my new favorite thing in the whole wide world. I use it with a primer, but I've used it without it. It builds. It's a 3D lash. So if you don't like the flaky ones, by the end of the day, it's a little bit flaky. It makes me look like I'm literally wearing false lashes, and it builds beautiful. $13.25. It was half price. Even for $25, I'd buy this again. Guys, the beauty industry is a rort. Drugstore is just as good as your designer brands. Try the cheapies before you waste your money on the expensive ones. That's all I had to say. Rant over. Okay. Oh, Too Faced has got some good products, but that is not one of them. That was the mascara recommended to me by the girl. I said, look, I want this kind of mascara. What's your best one? What's your most popular one? And why? So I paid $47 for it. Used it once, hate it. It's shit. I've got 4 or 5 different mascaras, all ranging from about $7, $4 actually is the cheapest one. $4 all the way up to about $12, $13. And that is no better than the $4 one. Not going to lie. Absolute crap. Would never buy it again. Just saying. I bought it so you don't have to. Pretty much. Yeah, that Maybelline's great. And I like the old one that I used to use was a Maybelline one. The one that comes in the hot pink bottle with the lime green lid. That was my favorite for years. I used it for the longest time. And then I tried some other ones. And just try different formulas, try different products. And this one, I swear to God, I've been using it for about 3 weeks. Love it. I almost didn't buy it, but absolutely love it. It's the cutest purpley blue color. It's amazing. I love it. So $13.25 for me is probably about, I don't know, $8 for you guys in America. And it's just new out. So give it a try if you're into mascaras and stuff. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Okay, so yeah, I know some of them do. Some brands are just a bit ick, and some brands make my eyes sting. So I don't use those ones very much. Like I'll try them a couple of times, and if they make my eyes sting, I won't use them anymore. And there's other ones, if they smudge, nah, I'm not having it. I won't. I don't like the smudgy ones because we sweat in the summer here. I need something that is once it sets, it's done. And I find using a primer lash makes them set a lot better too. It makes them actually sit on the lash and not smudge as much. But that's enough beauty talk, right? Okay. So now we can do the vlog. Do we want to hear her rubbish on about her journey or going to the gym and going to the food market, or do we want to talk about Cindy? Let me know. The Great Lash, that was the one. Yep, fantastic. I love that pink one. And the only reason I bought that one is my friend who was a makeup artist. She's the one that recommended it to me. And I'm like, try if she thinks it's fantastic. She uses it for all her clients. I'm going to give it a try too. Loved it. I used it straight for about 10 years. It was the best. Cindy. Okay, let's do Cindy. Since nobody else voted, Christy's choice gets the mark. Okay. Now I've got to pull this up from me. Okay. No, we'll do it from YouTube so I can speed her up if she's too slow. Okay. Let me just pull her up. Let's pull that over here. Okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I can't do it from there. I've got to do it from here. I keep forgetting. I've got to do it from my studio. I'm not good under pressure, guys. Okay. View. Okay. Now, I put a lot of editing into this. It was 3 hours long and I cut it down to 30 minutes. That's what I spent doing my afternoon. There are lots of jump cuts. It's really basic, but we did what we could with trying to transform it. And then my commentary is going to transform it because I don't know if this lady strikes people or not. Like, I don't know. But the reason I was interested in her is because she's a lot calmer. She comes across really nice. She doesn't get too aggro. Like, she doesn't really get aggro at all. But when you hear a red flag, we're going to play a little game. We're going to play the Cindy game. When you hear a red flag that you've heard come out of Chantal's mouth, I want you to throw it up in the chat. We'll throw red flag on the play. When you hear them, let me know. And when I hear one, I will let you guys know too. I don't have anything red to show you, but I'll just go red flag on the play. That's what we're going to play because she says a lot of the same things that Foodie does. Now, she's very different from Foodie. She's a lot more self-aware than Foodie, I think. I'm still trying to figure her out, and I'm trying to do that with an open mind, and I'm listening to her. I've done a little bit of research. There are some people that say she's completely nuts and she's manipulative and yada, yada. And then I've actually listened to her and watched some of the DMs and looked at her chat and looked at comments and stuff. Whether she's heavily editing her comments, I don't know, but her chat seems okay. I'm still trying to figure it out. So I don't really have an opinion, but I'm listening. But some of the things she says definitely have piqued my interest and makes me think that she would be someone that I'd be watching, if not just for the twists and turns in her personal life. Now, trigger warning, guys. She does have some very tragic and very sad things that have happened in her background regarding her fertility, and she's lost a baby, basically. I've edited any of that talk out because I don't want to bank on her tragedy in that area because that's a terrible way of putting it. I don't want to exploit that part of her story. And I know it's probably painful for other people who have had similar situations to hear and listen to. It can be quite triggering. And I don't want to focus on that. I don't really want to talk about it unless it's pertinent to the story, which it is, but not in this system. In contextually, we didn't need to hear about it in this story. So basically, this is from a couple of days ago. A big moment's blown up in her life. So we're going to listen. If you need any more context, just ask questions in the chat. Otherwise, we're just going to get starting. And don't pick on my editing. It's very basic. I'm still learning. I'm a new editor, guys. Okay, I'm a new editor. All right. Okay. Let's go. Add to stream. We don't want you. Don't want you. Hang on. I don't want Amber. I want this one. Why aren't you coming up? Technical difficulties. Come on. There. It didn't want to pop up. Okay. That's the one. Okay. Let me know if the volume's okay and if her speed is okay. Okay. Go.
I think I'm live. I just want to warn you, this is going to be really hard to watch. If you don't want to see me completely break down, you probably should not watch this. Just go find a recap or something. This is going to be hard. I'm trying not to make a bigger fool of myself than I already have. But I thought that
Hi, Mr. Mayor. Hello.
there's something I haven't told you. And
Hi,
I really don't feel
Michael.
like I can do
How are
any kind
you?
of healing, moving forward type of journey on this channel if I don't tell you the entire truth.
Hi, Frosty. Hello.
Oh, I had my therapy today, and all I did was talk about this particular thing.
First difference. She has therapy. She enjoys therapy. She feels like her therapy helps her. Chalk 1 brownie point on the board.
And I'm very emotionally drained right now. But there's a reason why I know that Andrew will never try to come back. And it's partially
Andrew is her husband. They were married for 15 years. He has left her. We will find out the context of why in just a moment. She talks about it for at least 2.5 hours, but I've whittled it down.
his decision based on his actions.
Red flag, Oceana. What was the red flag? I think I know what the red flag is, but I want to know what your red flag is because it could be different from mine.
And it's also partially that he's done something that is so fucking horrible that I could, even me, I could never take him back. I could have forgiven anything. She's pregnant.
My red flag was the fact that she was in this emotional, distressed state and she knew that it was going to be heavy and hard for people to listen to, but she went online and dumped anyway. That was my red flag.
And she's not just pregnant, she's due in 3 weeks.
So and you know what? I edited this down. She dragged that moment out. Whether she was just, I think for 2 reasons. She was very nervous to talk about it. And it was very dramatic. And she really didn't want to say it out loud. But she dragged it for about 8 minutes before she actually revealed the reason. I cut it right back because it was taking too long and I was getting frustrated. So she had a husband. They were going through some stuff. They moved towns. They decided just one day we're moving back to our old hometown. He revealed to her that he'd been cheating on her in the past. It's all in order. But then he's left and he's just revealed to her that she knew he was seeing somebody and sleeping with somebody and cheating on her. But she just found out 2 days ago that this woman is pregnant and having a baby and she's due in 3 weeks. So that's the context of the news that she's gotten. So I just want you to see her affectation throughout the stream and just see where your feelings lie with that and her mood and her attitude and her emotional state. Just inform your own opinion. Do not let mine affect you. Jarella!
He's known the whole time. He's known since November. The whole time that he's been going back and forth between us, he's known. He told me that I'll tell you what he told me in a minute. I found out about this on Sunday. So the day after I kicked him out and he left, when he was on his way back to Colorado, and he sent me that message telling me never to contact him again. He also told me some other things. So 4 months after we lost August, he impregnated this woman.
So August, trigger warning. August was the child that she had lost. And that was, she's only just come back on. She took a break because she needed a break, obviously. August was the child that they lost together. So that makes this more painful, I think, for her because of their history with fertility and that. On top of the fact that she's found out that he's been cheating with lots of people throughout their marriage, and then this news on top of it. So this would be heartbreaking for anybody. This is just shit upon shit upon shit. So genuine heartbreak here.
4 months after our baby died.
Red flags. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh God.
I did notice that And I didn't want to come across as a harsh bitch. Maybe I'm just I'm a bit stoic when it comes to stuff like this. Normally when I see people crying, I will cry too. I didn't get moved by her tears. Maybe I'm just become quite hardened, and I was just, for some reason her tears didn't affect me. But I think maybe she's cried enough for the last 2 days that she's really doesn't have many tears left. Maybe she's not somebody who cries heavily, who has a lot of tears. They just sort of get a bit red in the nose and a bit like flushed, because not everybody's like a sobber. But there weren't any actual tears. But maybe she's just not one of those people that like gets messy and sloppy like that. But she seemed emotional, but the tears were a little dry. That's what I'm going to say. But I think she's genuinely upset, but I don't think she's like crying upset.
He knew about it.
Some people,
Yeah, he was trying to come back
she
to me.
explains that
I
later,
legitimately
guys.
think he was torn apart and didn't know what to do, but he made the final decision on what he was going to do. Which, you know what that is, because he's not here. So I'm just going to tell you.
She was 20 weeks. She went into early labor. So she delivered the baby. But I feel bad. I don't like talking about it because I know it. I don't know everyone's situation in the chat, and I don't know how they feel about stuff like that. But and this was about 10 months ago, I think, that this happened. It's on her YouTube. So her YouTube is called Life Plus Cindy, and she does have she has a video announcing her pregnancy, and then after that there is a another video. Oh, excuse me, I just burped. Another video talking about the loss of the baby. So if you want to watch those, if you feel like you want some more context, they are on her channel. And go and watch her channel. If you feel like you're curious about her, you can watch all her vlogs, get studied up, find out the law, do a little bit of background. I'm going to be covering her whether you guys want it or not, if I stay interested. So if you want to catch up with me and we can talk about it, we can do that. But I find this, not the baby stuff, that's a bit not ick for me, but it's too much. But the husband drama, I'm into that.
A little bit of what he told me, so you can kind of get his point of view. I'm not going to read you everything, obviously.
Hi, Teddy Nicole. Hi.
I'll just read what he said about this specific thing.
Hi.
It's so hard for me to read this message.
Okay. First of all, this was a red flag for me, and you guys probably know because I'm this kind of person. This is something similar that she's done to Chantal. I don't know whether this is a narcissistic trait or if it's somebody, because she admits that she's got mental health issues. She's admitted that she's got borderline personality. That's what she's been diagnosed with. But she thinks that maybe she's got some other stuff. But personal messages, no. Outing their business online, no. But this is her YouTube channel, so it's all about her life. So, but the personal messages, like personal text messages, oh my God, even if I was the perpetrator, like that's a line that's crossed. But I guess he crossed a lot of lines, a panty line especially. But yeah, I suppose you don't give much quarter to somebody who's cheated on you and impregnated another woman while you were married and after you've had such a significant loss in your life. So I guess I can let this one slide.
He said, I'm sorry, but I want to be there for my second son sometime. It's a boy.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, it's a boy.
No filter. So is there like, because I'm kind of like, I have been watching little bits. The last video that I watched of hers was a couple of months back, is when she was taking her dogs for a walk, taking them for a hike. So that was the last video I watched. And then something came up on my algorithm, probably because other creators in Girl World are looking for other people, and she's popped up and I've clicked on there. So obviously she's going to start coming back over my timeline. And I was like, oh, this lady, if she's stomping through the woods with the dogs again, I'm probably not going to be interested. And then when I watched this, I was like, okay, my interest is peaked. I want to know more. So I looked into her a little bit more, and yeah, I don't know whether if it's trumped up opinions or whether she's literally a mess and that we're going to have content for days. But I don't want to be cruel to her because she has gone through something terrible, terrible, terrible.
He said, by the way, in November,
Yeah, I know that Natural, okay, there has been talk that she is not the best dog mama. She's not Chantal level as far as I know, but there has been conversation that she perhaps doesn't, she's not doing all the things that she should be doing. But we'll get to that when we get to that. I'm not 100% on that. That could just be rumor, but there is banter about it. But the dogs are really freaking cute. I will admit that.
we were actively trying to have a baby in November, December, January. He knew she was pregnant while we were actively trying to have a baby, by the way. What the fuck was he gonna do if I got pregnant too? Oh, God. So, he said, I'm sorry, but I want to be there for my second son full time. I can't tell you what's best for you, but I can see that I've hurt you too much for us to repair this relationship. I wanted everything to work out, but you need someone who won't remind you of this, and I can't let another child go from my life. He's not August, and he never will be. I wouldn't want him to be, but I have to give him the best life I can. I'm sorry, but I love her as well. I love both you and her, and I can't live like this anymore. I'm going down a little bit. But he says something else later on about it. He says, I thought I could let go of.
Well, she thought they were stable. See, this is the thing. She says she didn't know that he was messing about behind her back and that they were in a 15-year relationship and everything was great. But the thing was, she wasn't getting any of her mental health stuff treated. She'd taken care of some health issues because she's got polycystic ovarian syndrome as well, hence why her hair's a bit thinning. So she was taking care of the health body part, but I don't think she'd done anything. She'd done some therapy, but I think maybe that was for treatment after her loss, the baby. But there's more conversation around that down the end, which I find some of the things she says were a little bit hypocritical around that situation. So when you hear it, red flag.
The child if I was with you and could keep my mind from it, but I can't. And joint custody from another state isn't good enough for me. He said,
to be honest, Jarella, the vlogs that I've seen from her, she's a little bit dramatic, but she's not like this. She's actually quite cool and calm. The mask doesn't slip too often, but she doesn't do a lot, or she does more vlogs than she does streaming. And if we've learned anything from Foodie and from Amber, the mask slips when they live stream. So I predict because she's alone, and she will talk about this later, because she's alone, I think she's going to probably do a lot more live streams because it makes her feel like she's got company because she doesn't like being alone. So I definitely think she may be one that's going to fall into that live streaming trap for company, like Foodie and Amberlynn did.
As much as I try, you'll never be able to be with me without being reminded of her, and the baby will only make it worse. So I'm letting go. He says a lot of other stuff, and he said, I'm so sorry. I've always known she was pregnant since November, and I've been trying to play both sides for so long. I wanted both futures. I don't know what to say other than ever since I found out she was pregnant, I felt drawn to the child. I've been afraid I would not be able to resist going to him, and in the end, it turned out that I can't forsake him.
I don't know. Well, I think she'd have to be in a mid-30s because she was married before she married Andrew, and they were together for a little while, and then they were broken up for 2 years, and then she's been married to this man for 15. So she'd have to be in her 30s, mid to late 30s.
I'm so sorry. I have to tell you, I love you. I'm letting go.
Hi, Greeny Bluish. Hello. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Apparently he'd been, according to her, from her own mouth, he'd been begging her to go to therapy for years and years and years and get what her issues are sorted out, and she was just not into it. But she talks about going to therapy. So I think maybe that had been instigated by the large life situation that happened, not because of, there's other videos explaining a lot of other stuff, which makes me go, is she or isn't she, or is she a mixture of both? I think she probably is quite manipulative, histrionic, and has quite toxic traits, but she also shows a high level of self-awareness. However, I think sometimes self-awareness can also be a toxic trait, because they can throw out, well, I know I do that, but they don't do anything to change the behavior. They just say, like, I know I do it, but I'm going to continue to do it anyway. You know, like, it's a self-effacing quality. It's not because they're actually having an insight that's healthy and helpful. It's just also almost as an excuse to excuse that behavior, because I'm aware of it. Don't worry about it. I know I do that. You know what I mean? I don't know where she sits on that line, though. I'm just trying to not think she's all the bad craze, but I'm also not naive enough to think that she's using her emotions and her situation to manipulate the audience.
I'm sorry. So, as you can see, he's never going to try to come back. And I kept seeing comments of people saying he's definitely going to try to come back and we're going to go through another cycle.
Oh, yes, that is correct. Thank you for bringing that up. And good on you, Greeny Bluish, for taking control of your mental health and continuing to do it. Like, ongoing treatment is excellent. And I hope things are going beautifully for you. Good job.
No, he's made his decision.
Oh, hazelnut vanilla frappuccino. She did have a Sims channel and it was quite successful for a long time, and then she stopped doing it and moved on to vlogs. Context. And hazelnut vanilla, I'm going to be completely transparent with you. I detest hazelnut, but your saving grace is that you're a frappuccino and you're vanilla as well. Vanilla is one of my preferred flavors. So you are more than welcome here, but I still detest hazelnut, as Jade would well know. Because Jade, you have those hazelnut frappuccino thingies, don't you? Those
Which,
lattes.
I mean, I couldn't be with him now. How could I? Even me, even somebody as sick and with no self-worth as me, I couldn't even. Because that should have been my baby.
This hurts my heart a little bit.
Because my baby is dead. And he
red flag, flag on the play, flag on the play. Her audience are invested in her. The language she's using, I feel like it is deliberately descriptive to elicit more sympathy. That could just be me, but wouldn't you be trying to tone that down for your own self-preservation and also for the preservation of your audience? Those two words put together is, I think, would be designed to emote a response. Red flag on the play. I don't even know if that's a football term. Like, I understand gridiron, but is it a flag on the play is a term, but is it a red flag or is it a yellow flag or is it a black flag? Blue flag. Tell me what color it is, anybody who knows.
took that and he gave it to her.
Oh, you do. It's
That's
you,
why-
Christy. You're the hazelnut freak. I knew it was one
I've
of
been
you.
so off the fucking rails because I've been dealing with this and I haven't
All right,
told
Jennifer.
anyone
Bye,
except for
smarty
me. She's the
pants.
only
Have a
one who
great
knows.
day. Don't let that big brain get in
It's
your
been
way
so
today.
hard. Because I feel like he robbed me of my future. I don't get to have a family, but he just gets to go. He gets to go have the family that should have been ours that we tried so hard for. He took everything from me.
She does mention that at the very end of it. She actually gets angry with somebody in her chat. She gets quite strong. It's the only kind of anger that you see flare up during this. She does explain that. I'll let her explain it. But you're right, Glamosaurus. I do feel like she's lonely and she's alone. And that's why she uses it. She's using the audience as a sounding board. I just don't know if these topics are probably I don't think it's healthy for her to do that though, because it's not exactly a safe environment to let these vulnerabilities out. But you do what you do to cope, right? It just makes me feel a little
And it's just been really, really hard for me to cope with this. And what's really messed up is like I still love him.
flag on the
I still
field.
love him even though he did this to me.
Thanks.
Oh God. I did talk about it with my
Ankle
therapist today.
bliss.
I had my therapy today. I just, it makes me feel like a piece of garbage because I feel like because my body couldn't make a baby, he just threw me away and found somebody who could. And his family's all excited for the baby and just welcoming her in, and they've known this too. They've known this for 4 months. And they all just discarded me because I couldn't give them a baby. That's what it feels like.
Now that I don't know about anybody else, but that seems like it's something that you would have conjured up, because families don't normally, I don't know, like that doesn't seem like an agenda that family would have. It's like, oh, we only want her because she can give us a baby. They know she's got fertility issues. They know that in the past. They're not, I just don't I think that's just like it's a weird thing to say, is like, because she can't have a baby or they have difficulty having a baby, they're just going to toss her aside. I have a feeling that there are probably other problematic behaviors that they, as a couple, have exhibited, and that's why the family are finally distancing themselves, because it's like, whose side are they going to take? They're going to take Andrew's side because they're his family. Regardless of the 15 years connection, they are always going to take his side over hers. And we don't know what their relationship is. We don't know what the dynamic is with the family. We don't know what other issues have cropped up. We don't know. But the baby thing seems a little weird to me. I could be wrong, though. I could be 100% wrong.
My therapist says that's not it. It's not because I couldn't make a baby, but that's how it feels to me.
See?
That's how it feels to me. Like, I just...
See, this is the thing. Remember, I don't know if you guys watched it, but Amber Lynn was doing she was giving questions that her therapist asked her to answer. I don't know if you guys watch her, but I covered her a couple of weeks ago, and there was a whole bunch of questions. What circumstances do you exaggerate things, or do you create like a narrative in your mind that exaggerates things? And that's a great question. This right here is a prime example of that situation. She has said that she thinks the family is happy because this new person is giving them a baby because her body can't create a baby, according to her minds. And her therapist has said, well, that's probably not true. I don't think that's it. And she's like, yeah, because that's what I think. She's exaggerated that feeling, her feeling of being discarded. She's created a scenario around it. She's not a bad person for it. Most people will do that. It's like, oh, you're saying this because. It's like, no, you're putting words in my mouth. She's put a whole scenario in the way because of a way of that. That is how people elevate and catastrophize situations, because they feel so bad inside, and it makes them look more the victim and the other person look even worse. And it kind of like justifies feeling mad at people as well. But that was a perfect example.
I have no value as a woman. I have no value as a person. I'm just...
Christy, I feel like we may be moving into that arc. Kinda. But you know what? The slutty ones get in trouble on the YouTubes. They always get kicked off. And then you got to go finding their content other places like Tumble and Crumble and Twitch and Facebook and stuff. They're hard to find, all right?
Just fucking trash now to them. They just cast me out and traded me in for a younger model, you know?
Bye,
And
Jennifer.
Now I have nothing and no one. And he's just gonna go over there and live his happy little life with his fucking white picket fence and his son. Oh, God. Thank you, Taylor.
Now that seems like a genuine response. Like if I found out that my husband was cheating on me, and all I would imagine in my head is like, oh, they're all happy and blissful and having fun and having dance parties in the kitchen and dancing and cooking and going to movies and hanging out, and they're all happy all the time, not living the realities of a domestic relationship. Like eventually it just becomes normalized. But in your mind, you're going to be thinking he's having way more fun with her than he is me. That's a normal response. That is a normal, jealous, betrayed, bitter response. As someone who's been cheated on, if you've been cheated on, I would expect you to feel that way. You'd be a little bit petty and like mad and angry. That seems kind of normal. But when you go and start looking over the back fence into their window, that's when it gets weird.
Super chat, I appreciate that. And now that I've admitted this,
Jennifer, go to work. Go to work. I'm going to be back on tomorrow. I'll try and be on a little bit earlier so it's not, I'll try and be like an hour or so earlier so you can be here for the whole thing. Okay, now go to work. Bye.
there's no going back from it. I mean, there wasn't before, but it's just like, I don't want it to be real, you know? I just thought I could just, if I didn't talk about it, it didn't have to be real.
Well, you've
But it
talked
is
about it
real.
now. It's very real.
And now I have to live in a world where the man I love is having the child that I desperately wanted with another woman. And it's just,
Hi,
it's
Lisa
fucking torn me
Studio.
apart. It's made me lose my
Hi.
fucking mind with grief, and I just don't know how I'm gonna survive this. I don't know how I'm gonna
Hi.
cope with it.
Christy, I thought the same thing. I have the feeling that if he gives her a whisper of hope that they could reconnect and that they could somehow work this scenario out to benefit both of them, she would grab it with both hands. And I just think it's because it's raw, it's fresh. That's her old behavior. She's not strong enough to say no yet. She says that she could never take him back, but from what I've seen from her, I feel like she would. She's even said it herself, like she's weak when it comes to this man. Jennifer, go to work. I'm going to
I don't know
call
what
your
I'm supposed
boss
to
if
do
you don't
now.
go soon.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I know what you're supposed to do. You hurt until you don't hurt anymore. You're lonely until you don't feel lonely anymore. You're sad until you don't feel sad anymore. How you get to the not place is completely up to you. But there is no place where you go from point A to point B without the pain in the middle. That's why life sucks sometimes, because it's painful.
I know my therapist told me, like, I can't heal from this. It's gonna get
Oh my
easier.
God,
I
Jennifer.
just have to get through one moment at a time, but sometimes I feel like I can't even get through the next minute because it just hurts so much. It's the worst betrayal that he could ever do. It's the worst thing anybody could ever do to me.
You reckon she should have just got him an iPad and an Apple phone and bought him food from Farm Boy? Do you reckon that would have saved their relationship?
He knew how much I wanted a baby and how hard we tried, and it's just
Honestly, this is almost like the next step up from the Chantal situation, like the classier Hallmark version. Like the characters are better looking, the characters are more employed, the characters are not as broke and as scaggy. Like it's almost like the made for TV version. They're still messy and gross, but they're not as revolting as the others. But the similarities are so similar. And she's less ragey, which makes my anxiety way less. And she's a lot easier to watch than Chantal. And she doesn't chew like a cow, which I'm loving.
I can't believe he could do that. He told me that he didn't want it to happen. He didn't mean for it to happen. Yeah, I know that. Stupid son of a bitch.
Michael, be very careful. Someone might call HR on you, right? I hope that's in her job description.
Oh God. I know this is gonna sound terrible, but I hope he's miserable. I don't think he's cut out to be a parent, and I hope he's miserable.
I would say that somebody with an untreated borderline personality disorder who didn't undergo treatment before getting themselves pregnant on purpose, which is fine, may have not put themselves in the best situation to be having a child. So to say that he is going to be a terrible parent because of the situation that he's currently got, probably true, because, you know, poor judgment and all that. But that's like, that's a bit hypocritical for me for her to say, in my opinion, because she didn't put herself in the best stead to be a parent, but she was blessed with a baby. So we don't know what would have happened had she gone all the way through, what would have motivated her to change, had she had the opportunity to change. But to say just because he's cheated and knocked somebody up that he's going to be an awful dad, I don't know. I think it's kind of like it's more of a, I hope it turns out like shit, more so than he's going to be shit. I hope this situation shit, because she's angry, and rightfully so.
And I've just been like, it's all I can think about. It's why I can't eat, why I can't sleep, why I drink. Oh God.
I like my men like I like my lettuce, washed. Hash browns are good,
I know,
especially
that
with
will
tomato
make me
sauce.
really happy.
Yum.
I know.
Or that white chicken country
I
gravy,
don't
that
know
white
how he
gravy
knows
you
it's his
guys
kid,
make
but
over
I
there,
assume
that
that she
dipped in a
wasn't
hash
sleeping
brown.
with
Oh my
anybody else. I
God.
don't know.
Mm.
She thinks she's his wife and she loves him, so I assume she was faithful to him, even though he cheated on her with me and maybe other people who fucking knows.
Fresh and creamy.
I don't know what I would say to him. I'd say, you son of a bitch. That's probably what I'd say. I'd say, you fucking son of a bitch. And then I would have to like restrain myself from just fucking punching him. I wouldn't do that, but I would want to.
Now, I don't know about you ladies, but as I've gotten older, my perspective on how I would react and respond on cheating has changed. When I was in my early 20s, cut off his, get him. I'd punch her up. I'd punch him up. I'd lose my shit. He's the worst. Kill him. Daggers, torches, flay him, all of the horribles. Now I'm in my 40s. I'm like I would be absolutely devastated and hurt. But is it the worst thing for me? Is that the worst thing someone could do to me? Because I can't speak for everybody else. Absolutely not. I could probably list 10 other things that you could do to me that would hurt me more or are worse, in my opinion. It is not the worst thing that can happen to a person. Is it fucking shitty? Yes. But do I want his life to be over? No. Do I want him destroyed? No. Do I want him to live in misery? No. Is he a great person? Absolutely not. But my position on it has changed. Am I a loyal and faithful person? Yes. Would I ever cheat? No. Would I expect my partner to cheat? No. But my views on it, like, there is so much crappy shit that people do to each other. Cheating on each other is like not even in the top 10 for me. Like, seriously, it just isn't. But that's for me. That's my tolerance level, is just that's where it is. If it's much higher for you, that's for you to decide.
He told me that he loved that I always took care of him. Like, he always felt like safe with me as far as like I was.
That is very scary, no filter. No.
He really appreciated that. He did tell me that one time. Like, over the past 2 weeks, he told me that. I don't know if it was just from bullshit. Because I asked him, what do you like about me? What do you value about me? He told me that. He told me that he valued how loyal and that I was to him. He told me he valued
Yeah.
my sense of humor.
I don't
and
like
fun
surprises either,
together.
Michael.
And he told me some other stuff too, but I don't want to say that.
Oh, 100% disrespectful, but I just like I don't don't take it as I don't think it's a nothing thing to do with someone. But it's not like Erda or grape or actually it's not even the X part, it's the lying part. If you there are just other horrible, terrible things that people can do that I find worse than that. But it's still there, but yeah. I think it's not so much the cheating part, it's the pregnancy part that kills her.
I know everybody says I can do better, but it's just like hard to imagine for me.
Mm.
Well,
And that's because
honestly,
you're a
like-
good
like, I've
person,
rectified him way
Lisa.
more
That's why.
than he did to me.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm incredible.
Are you
loyal.
enjoying
I'm
the
like-
show?
I'm
Then
very
give a
loyal.
thumbs up for our Doe. That's me, guys, just in case you
You can
didn't
do
know.
better, and then you can find someone who loves
That's
you
me.
properly.
I'm Doe.
I don't know. I don't have a lot of hope.
Doe,
lot
not
of-
Doey.
Maybe I will in the future. I don't think he knows how to love either. I don't think he was loved
I
properly.
really, really want her to work on the lighting in her room. It feels sad, but maybe that's how she likes to stream. I don't know. It's dark and it's depressing.
Properly as a child and a teenager. He has a lot of issues. Like I know a lot of his. We've talked in depth about these kind of things. I don't
Thanks,
think he got
Frosty.
enough love,
You're
you know,
appreciated.
acceptance from his family or his peers when he was young. And
Red flag, flag on the field. I hope I said that right. Flag on the field, red, outing his vulnerable emotional childhood problems that he may not want discussed with other people, even though he's a shit. That doesn't mean you go talking about stuff like that. Like, that's, you don't know that she's doing that because she's mad. I understand why she's doing it, but you shouldn't do it.
now he just what he does. I don't think he knows how to love either.
Red flag. Red flag. He managed to love you quite consistently and quite well for the last 15 years. You just because he treated you terribly doesn't mean he doesn't know how to love. He just didn't do it very well. I mean, he may have loved her for the first 7 years, first 8 years, first 9 years, first 10 years, but because he's done this now just recently doesn't mean he doesn't know how to love. He's just maybe fallen out of love, or the way he loves is really crappy and really bad, but that's not a decision you can make. We need to know more about Andrew before we can judge that about Andrew. I think she really is speaking from hurt and has no concern for his privacy. And you know what? I probably wouldn't either if I was in her situation. I probably would be trying to be hurtful too.
Yes, I love him.
Exactly, Oceana. Not her story to tell, not her details.
Sorry. The man I love doesn't exist anymore. And I don't know how I'm supposed to cope with that. It's like a death. And that's the only thing I can really do is work on myself. It really is. He stood in this hallway right here, right before he left, and I looked directly in his eyes and I said, nobody will ever love you as much as I do. And I believe that's true. I don't think any
Where have we heard that before? That's a Chantalism, that one. That is she used to say that, I treated you so good. After all I've done for you, no one's going to treat you better than me. And he used to say that to her as well. That is a very, very manipulative and threatening kind of thing to say to someone. That's a massive red flag. Flag on the field. There's so many red flags. Depending on how you look at them. But I see these as red flags.
anybody
I
could ever
think
love
you
me as
guys
much
probably
as I
see them
do.
too.
And he threw it all away so he could get
Mm.
yeah.
Just
how we
testing out what
find out.
beeps were on the
True.
editor. I don't really care about the F word. I
believe
just
he'll
wanted to
try to
see if
be
it
back with
worked.
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. Do I think he chose her because as a child? Yes. I think if she wasn't pregnant, he would have chosen me. Yeah. I do believe that. And I would have taken him too. Honestly.
I think that's wishful thinking. I don't know about you. This is a point I wanted to discuss because I have my own thoughts and feelings, but I'm looking at only from my perspective. Now, she's put it out there that the reason that he's chosen this person is because of the impending birth. I don't know if that's 100% true because you don't have to be with somebody as a parent just because they are going to give birth to your child. He could, because they all lived in the same town. They all lived close together. He met this lady at work. So they all live in the same area. So it would have been very easy for him to, or to try and organize co-parenting. So he could be a present parent without being in a couple situation with this lady. Do I think that if he'd gotten in this one's ear and said a few words and we can work it out and I'm so sorry, you know, let's work this out. I love you, but I want to be there for the baby. I think she probably would have eventually come around to the idea. I think that if he really wanted to be with her, he would. He would have worked harder to stay and he would have found another solution. I think this is wishful thinking on her behalf, that the only obstacle between them is the pregnancy. I could be wrong, but that's just what I think. How I got there, I don't know, but that's what I think.
I do. I feel so much support from you guys and I truly appreciate it. I really do. I mean, it helps me a lot. Streaming and talking to you guys really helps me a lot. And I appreciate all of you.
Oh, 100% should be
His idea
angry,
was
for
originally, like, sorry,
sure.
yours or his. Well, we were texting one day and I said, I just want to go home. And he said, I'll pack up the car right now and go home with you. And I said, let's go. And then we did it like we did it in like an hour. He went and got his shit from her house, which I didn't know he was staying with her at that time. But I was at our house packing up the shit. He went and got his shit from her and then we left. So like I said, I want to go home. And he said, if you mean that, I'll get in the car with you right now and go home. And we did. It was kind of like a mutual thing, but I guess I brought it up first. I do not think he did that to get me out of the way or bring me back here and leave. I don't. I truly believe he wanted to run away from that, to run away with me. He told me he wanted to run away into the sunset with me and leave all that shit behind. And I feel like he really did want that.
Okay, so the context of this conversation is that he said, if you want to go back home, well, let's just pack up the car and we'll go. And an hour later, they were in the car driving back to, I think it was Arkansas or somewhere where they lived. They lived in Colorado, Midwest, one town to another where they originally came from. So they've moved, they've gotten a new apartment, and then he's gone to the music store and he's just pissed off and not come back. Basically went to the store for smokes and never came home. Sent her a text message letting her know what's going on. I'm leaving and yada, yada, yada. And somebody's asked her, do you think he did this on purpose? The fact that there is now created distance between his hometown where he lives with this pregnant lady and her makes me think that it was a deliberate move on his behalf, because some of her behavior behind the scene is that he's going to think that she found this out. She's going to freak out, lose her shit, cause a scene, and he wanted to create some distance between them. I could be reaching massively, but it would make sense that if she's got some problematic behavior, he would maybe want to distance himself, considering the situation as well. So if she's a little bit clingy, obsessive, and she admits that she is like this, I would want a plan in place to try and minimize the chaos and the damage once she found out. I kind of think maybe perhaps that he did plan it and he did do it on purpose. That's just a theory, conspiracy. I could be wrong, but that's what I think.
That he thought he could escape everything that he'd done and that we could just go be together again and he could just leave it behind. But in the end, he couldn't hide it. He couldn't hide it from me anymore. He couldn't escape it. Is there a shadow person out there? Dogs. I didn't even hear anything.
Okay, question. What the fuck is a shadow person? I have never heard of that before. Is that like another word for a ghost? Or is this a conspiracy, like an alien thing? Because I've never heard of a shadow person. I don't know what that is. If somebody knows, let me know.
I know he's going to regret it. He told me so many times that he just wanted to run away with me and he wanted to be with me and he wanted to just, he didn't want any of that. This was before I knew about the kid, but he was just talking about like sleeping around with her and stuff. He said he didn't want any of that and he just wanted to run away with me.
Just context, he said he's admitted to sleeping with 5 or 6 other people during their marriage. So it would seem by past behavior he does want all of that. The baby was probably just unexpected.
And forget that he had cheated and all that.
Ew.
Leave all that behind.
Are
Now
they
I
bad?
know
Are they
when he said
scary?
he wanted to leave all that behind, what he really meant. But at the time, I thought he just meant like the affair and everything. So,
We might have to look
he
into
told
that.
me so many
Oh,
times he just wanted to run away with me. And
I don't know if anybody, do you guys watch Eerie Pepperoni? Does she talk about, she does the paranormal stuff? Should I send her an email and she could maybe do, as suggested content, we should do something on shadow people? Because I've never heard of that. Has she already done something like that? Does that sound right? Would that fit in with the paranormal stuff? Maybe I'll send her a little DM about it. I'll put in a personal request for that content because I like paranormal stuff, but because I don't get freaked out by ghosts and all that kind of stuff. I'm just like, meh. But I think a lot of it's just a scam, but I do believe in ghosts and ghoulies and stuff like that and bad energies. But I don't like unsolved stuff. I don't like things that don't have an answer or a resolution or things like that. I believe in mediums, proper ones, proper people that have actually got the ability. I like that kind of stuff, but I don't like the hoaxes and that. That just infuriates me.
he finally told me he couldn't do it.
Okay, we'll ask Eerie about it. I love Eerie
they work
too.
together. Yeah.
Ooh, like
I mean, I think he did mean that.
Oh, so the shadow people, like, remember when you were a kid and you used to have like a long dark hallway? There's some houses that have a light. You've got to go to the toilet, but it's at the very end of a dark hallway. The shadow people, or that little thing that you see in the side of your eye that freaks you out, that makes you run really, 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 really fast down the hallway back to the lounge room where everybody is. Is that what a shadow person is? Because if that's true, I know what you mean.
Recently I've been able to tell when he's sincere and when he's not. I didn't used to be able to tell, but
Hi, Moonface Pondu. Hi, how you going?
He's just like
welcome.
He's lost it, and I've been able to tell.
We are playing a little game with this stream. This is Life by Cindy. You may already know of them. I know you know what's going on in the world, girl world. We're playing red flag on the field. When you hear a red flag, you put it in the chat. You put a red flag in the chat and tell us why you think it's a red flag. And I will call mine out too, because this lady's got some red flags in her language and her behaviors, and we're just looking at them. If you think what she's saying is reasonable and you understand and you've got context, please put it in the chat, because we're just getting to know her. We don't know. I don't know an awful lot. I know some, and I haven't formed an opinion, and I would like a well-rounded view of her. You have a shadow robot. You're fancy, natural.
Over there. Really is.
I know. She's back.
I know. I mean, he was torn between us. I really think he was torn between us.
Maybe he was. Maybe he was torn between them.
In the end, it was the kid that made the decision for him. I think he would have chosen me if Yeah, that's exactly right, Triggered Latina. This was probably hard for him too because I was willing to forgive.
See, that's the thing. If he really wanted her, he would have chosen her and figured out the baby situation. The baby situation, that's such an old-fashioned view that you need to be with the mother of the baby. If he didn't want to be with that person, he wouldn't. And if that person that he's chosen is the kind of person to keep the baby away from him out of spite, that's going to be a problem within their relationship regardless. So if he wanted her, he would be with her. I think she needs to tell herself that to comfort herself, to soothe herself, and that's fine. It might not be the truth, but I feel like she's telling herself that because that makes it easier to cope with. Yeah.
Stuff, and he knew I wouldn't forgive the baby. He didn't want to fix things, but he dug himself so deep. Yep. He told me that things just kept spiraling out of control and that he just kept making so many mistakes and just he couldn't get himself out of it anymore. And he just couldn't hide it from me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think he does feel regret.
For context, Chris is right. Andrew and Cindy have a very long history of she'll take him back. No matter they have fights, problems, breakups. They're not like physical or fighting back and forth, but there's a lot of taking back histrionics. And I have seen some of her streams where she talks. There's a lot of contradictory thoughts and feelings around him on different vlogs. Like 1 minute he's this way and the next minute he's that way, and he's this way with me. No, I'm more like that with him. Like there's a lot of contradictory language, and I'm trying to muddle my way through it. I think my best plan is to actually not try and unravel this and just to watch it and enjoy it for what it is. The drama parts, not the icky parts.
He had to make a decision. I guess he did the right thing. Even if that means that he left me completely fucking destroyed. Not about me anymore. Yeah, he doesn't have a choice but to choose the baby. I mean,
That's not true. He can choose the baby without being with this woman. The baby is the choice. If he can actually choose to be with none of you and still be a dad to that baby if that's his choice. He's not stuck between the two of these ladies if he wants to be around the baby. For me, he's chosen where he wants to be, not because of the baby.
He did this and it destroyed all of us. Destroyed both of us. I can't believe he even risked getting her pregnant either. You should have heard me screaming at him. On the phone.
Oh, the Jetsons. Yeah.
He told me, so we were talking on the phone for 2 days. He told me she was pregnant on the phone before he sent the goodbye message. He told me she was pregnant on the phone. And then I was like, what the fuck? And then I screamed at him, like, how could you fucking do that? How could you not use a fucking condom? You had a drawer full of fucking condoms in our home, and you could just take one of those with you, you stupid son of a bitch. That's what I told him. And then, like, after we got...
So this is the part that gets me. This is the part that would make me angry. The pregnancy, yes, I'd be fuming, like devastated, like beyond repair, like, oh my gosh. But the fact that he didn't use any contraceptive and this person got impregnated, which means he's sleeping with them and then he's sleeping with me. Again, you know, my thoughts on like the sexual history. That means I'm sleeping with her as well. We've basically had a threesome because you've brought whatever she's got home to me. That's the betrayal for me, is you've consented on my behalf, and I don't like that.
Got out of that argument, that's when he sent me that message saying that he chose and all that. Which, I mean, at that point, after I already knew, I was like, well, I mean, I already knew that's what was going to happen.
Whoa. Moonface was the one that got away. Oh my gosh. That would affect my ego a little bit. Not going to lie. That would probably make me think, I'm a bit of a catch. Well, you missed the boat on this one, sunshine. I don't know why I just turned into a 50s movie actress, but that's how the lines read in my brain, okay?
She does not have a job. I don't think. At least that's what he told me. I don't know. Could be a lie. I think he didn't because he likes to do risk.
To be honest, and I wanted to watch. I watched all of this live stream and I watched it all the way through it. And I can only comment on how I would be. And I don't know if you guys would be the same, but 2 days after finding out the husband that I adored and cherished and loved and had already accepted the fact that he cheated on me, is living with and has a baby arriving in 3 weeks, and he's known for months and months, I would be inconsolable. I don't know if I'd be able to talk about it. I'd be feeling sick. I'd be in bed. Probably be drunk, screaming into the phone, talking to my best friend. I would probably have had an emergency therapy question. My mum would probably be banging on my door to make sure I'm okay. I don't know, but that's just me. The devastation just doesn't come through. But maybe she's tired. Maybe she's emotionally exhausted. Maybe she's cried a lot of it out of her system. I don't know.
Risky thing. He likes to fucking do risky behaviors and stuff.
She did say that the condoms were expired because they were way old. But she then goes on to say later, it's like, oh, well, you could have just got yourself some condoms, even though the ones that we had were expired. You should have bought some and used some, which is, rational. But I think she just wanted to say something to embarrass him. I don't think the condoms thing actually happened, but it was a storyline in her brain.
Thank you. No, I'm not going to contact her. I already contacted her once and it didn't do any fucking good. He probably already has a job.
What did she think that it didn't do any good? What did she think it was going to do? Did she think it was going to scare her off? Was she going to get some clarity? Was the woman going to be like, oh my goodness, I was totally unaware. I'm going to go break up with him now. I'm so sorry. I apologize for perhaps coming in between you and your husband. I'm so sorry. What did you think the result would be for reaching out and contacting with that lady? She said no good came of it. What would have been the good outcome? That's the question I have. Like, what did she think that would have done?
He probably just went and got his old job back or something. He's a fucking slippery snake, man. He'll get a job in like 2 days. He'll slither his way into something.
See, Jade, I'm a Capricorn, so I'm very stubborn. And I'm very loyal. So I expect a certain level of loyalty from the people around me. But because I have a stubborn streak, if you fuck me over, we are done. I'll cut you off and I'll cut you out like cancer. Done. And I'm stubborn. You ask my husband, I'm so stubborn.
No, he loves that child. I asked him, do you love this child? And he said, yeah. That was our conversation.
Oh, same, Drella. I'd be weeping. I'd be like, I want 50%. I want the house, the car. I want the dog, the timeshare, our investments. I want it all. I'd be Devo, but the petty, the pity, the bitter, the vengeance would still all be there.
She does not know about my YouTube. I asked him, does she know about my YouTube channel? He said no, he wouldn't tell her because he doesn't want her to know probably all the stuff he's been lying to her about. I said, well, what does she think I do? And he said, I told her you just do like online work and stuff. So, but who knows? I don't know if anything he says is true.
And this is the other thing. She's putting his business, her business, and the new baby's situation out there. And they come from a small town, and I'm sure people know where they come from. They know what Andrew looks like. Like she hasn't doxed anybody, but she's definitely putting someone else's business out there for the world to see. And once it's out there online, you can't take it back. I really, really hope that this woman and this baby, despite their shitty behavior, do not get doxed.
True. But as far as he told me, she does not know.
That's all right,
and,
Frosty. That's okay.
I don't think he would tell her, honestly. I feel bad for the child, yeah. I do.
I think Glamourosaurus Rex, people that do stay long and give too many chances are people that are inherently hopeful and that are inherently able to carry quite a lot of emotional burden as well. You know what I mean? Like you can take a lot. I'm not somebody who can, I don't put up with a lot of crap. I don't put up with bullshit. I don't suffer fools, and I expect a certain level of respect and care, and I give that in return. When it's like shown to me that you are a dick and you're an asshole and you will not treat me that way, see ya. I have been accused of cutting people out too quickly, but I'm like, no, I'm doing that to protect myself. I can't deal with that crap when it's clearly toxic. I just know. But I wish I could be a little bit more compassionate in that sense. That's one of my faults, is that I don't think I have enough compassion for people. I have empathy, but if you fuck around, I don't have time for it. I just don't.
Dude, being born into that shit show. Lying to her. Their relationship is going to be based on lies and deception and cheating. Like, it's not a good foundation at all. He doesn't know how to stop lying. He's a pathological liar. I told him, I think you're a pathological liar, and he said, yeah, I think you're right. Like, he knows he is.
Does that sound like it was a true conversation? Has anybody accused anybody of being a pathological liar and they go, yep, I am? And also, we've got to remember, this is just her account of what's happening. Andrew may have a completely different story. We may never get his side of the story, but we've also got to take that this is what she believes happened. This is her truth. What actually happened may still be revealed, or we may never ever know. So we've got a grain of salt.
I help the child if they ever came to you for help. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She knew he was pregnant the whole time.
I think that's probably right. You give chances because many people never did the same for me. You want to be treated the way that you would you expect people to treat you, right? I grew up in a household where consequences were met. Like, we didn't get a lot of chances. So that's probably the same for me. You do this, this happens. Done. So it's probably probably has a lot to do with the past history. That's how my family was. That's how my parenting was. And that's how I parented. Consequences. So thought-provoking.
I'm pregnant. She knew he was married the whole time. Not pregnant. She knew he was married the whole time.
True.
Yeah, the subreddits are pretty great.
100%.
I read them when I first found out about
Don't
them.
worry about them. They'll work it out. And if they don't, it's their problem to deal with.
It's not worth it to me. I don't even really read my YouTube comments anymore either very much. I'll read a couple.
Flag on the field. Red flag. Flag on the field. If you were not problematic, you would not be concerned about the comments. That's what makes me think there's something up with this lady. Because if you're getting bad feedback in your chats, either it's a red flag for me. Why are you getting the bad feedback? What is there to be said? There's a certain amount of trolling, and then everybody's got critics. But if it's to the point where you don't even read your comments, period, why? That's the question I have. Why don't you read them?
Well, now and then, but I appreciate it. Yeah, and the one time when I went on there and read it, it was just like a bunch of bullshit, and like everything was wrong. It was just like a bunch of speculation that was just insane, and like not even close to reality.
At the end.
So,
Sorry, guys.
it doesn't. I don't give a shit.
That's a bit loud.
Just
Is it
gives
loud
me
for
more,
me anyway? Is it too loud?
More viewers to my channel, so whatever.
Adultery has not
It's all
happened
about
to
finding
me
your
as
niche
far
on
as
those
I know,
apps.
but if it did,
Man, I'm not doing very well. Well, like I said, I'm talking to 3 different guys, but I'm
natural. Okay, this is what I'm envisioning in my head. If natural ginger, do you remember that Taylor Swift music video? It's not the, you know, the one where she's at that beautiful English house and she's just like she goes nuts on the guy, burns his clothes, cuts his clothes up, smashes stuff, mirrors flying. Am I over dramatizing things a little natural? But that's what I think a natural ginger wig out would be. I think you'd be stuffing shrimp in his curtains. You'd be putting fish in his tailpipe. He'd be missing all of his right shoes, half a pant leg, like just small psychological warfare problems that wouldn't just hit him on the day and in the moment, that are more far-reaching long-term effects. You know what I mean? Like he feels it and he knows exactly where it's coming from. That's what I feel like natural ginger would do.
Concerned that this one guy never messaged me back because he was the one I liked the most, and he never messaged me back. So I don't know.
Oh, it's so cozy and cold here right now. I bet you're jelly. I bet you're so jelly, Chantal, sitting there and you're 44 degrees. That aircon, I hope you've got a good aircon system, darling. I hope your central air is cranked. Go sit on a pillow of ice. You are going to, the fat on your body is going to start to render at some point. It's getting that hot. Oh my God.
We were talking about witchcraft.
Hope you have a good day.
He's really cute though. Like I feel like he might be a little bit out of my league.
Okay, so 2 days ago, this is where I think she's bullshit, right? This is where my brain's gone like, this is performative. 2 days ago, she's found out the husband of 15 years has impregnated another woman. It's been cheating. She's upset. She's talking about dating websites, Tinder. And she's in therapy. And this is all new information. She's not had time to process it. But she's like, yeah, I'm cute guys and messaging. And I'm thinking, what? Are you okay? Are you all right? But she does tell us why she's like this. But it's still problematic. But no, if I was truly devastated, I'd be like, I'd be off men for so long.
I should just post my YouTube channel as my Tinder bio. Holy shit. If somebody still wanted to talk to me after that, they might be the one for me. If they saw this shit show, and
No,
like, yes, I
but
still
oh
want to
my
talk
God,
to you.
did she get charged for the crime? Did she get in trouble, Jade? That's hilarious.
Yeah, they always want to
Terrible,
hook up,
but
yeah.
hilarious.
I mean, I'm down for casual things right now with the way I feel right now. I'm all right with it. I say that, but like, I'm not the kind of person who does that or can.
Does this lady have children? No, she has fertility issues, and there's a whole backstory regarding she actually lost a baby about 10, I think it was 10 months ago, something like that, the timeline. But no, she doesn't have any children. And that's part of the issue. Her husband's impregnated somebody else and he's left her and he's gone with this lady because she's having the baby. In her mind, he's decided to pick this woman over her because of the baby.
Do that well because I get attached to people. If I like you enough to sleep with you, like, then chances are I want more than casual. Yeah, I'm just not into the casual thing, I guess.
This is the level of self-awareness that I would have wanted Chantal to have. The fact that she's like, when she was on, Chantal was on her Tinder websites and WhatsApps and all that stuff. And she's like, oh, I just want casual stuff. When she really was trying to get herself all wiped up. That's why she was having all those casual encounters and being dissatisfied with it and going through all that whole, you know, the whole natter situation. It was because she was not putting out to the world what she was actually looking for. So she wasn't finding the people that she was really genuinely looking for, a man that wanted a long-term commitment. She would have found one had she been patient enough, vetted them, worked on herself, looked for the right kind of partner. Now she's got the situation because she got so desperate. She's now sitting in the 44-degree heat in Kuwait with a robot human werewolf man that is basically her child instead of a fully fledged grown adult man that adores and loves her, that wants a committed relationship. And she could still be living in the cool Canadian weather. Mind you, she'd be going through the bushfires by now, but I digress. But she's more self-aware than Chantal, apparently.
I said that, then I was like, never mind, that's not true. I don't want casual. I want something. I want somebody to hold me through the night You know what I mean? I don't want a blam bam and thank you, ma'am. I want somebody to put their arms around me and love me. That's what I want. I miss intimacy. That's what it is. I miss intimacy. I know it took 2 years from my first marriage until I met Andrew. And when I met him, I was really ready. I was really ready to fall in love again. And I had a rebound relationship before that where I was not ready. And I'm probably going to
It
have.
was a very romantic story about how they met. Well, the way she tells it's very romantic. So she divorced her basically her first husband just ghosted her. They were broken up for 2 years. She was living in her bedroom, going to work, living in her room. She had a short-term relationship in between, didn't go anywhere. She was basically living in her bedroom. She ordered pizza one night. She's opened the door. The rain was coming down, and there was this beautiful angel of a man, Andrew, standing before her. They had a little bit of banter. They had a little bit of a chit-chat. She had to write him a check, so there was a little bit of time to talk. And then she went on to her MySpace, and he had tracked her down. He Googled her name from the order and left her a message. This was about a month between when they met, and then they started chatting, and they were together ever since. And then about a couple of months later, he moved in. So that was quite romantic.
Have another rebound relationship, to be honest with you. But like, I just want somebody. I know you're telling me not to rush, but I'm telling you I probably will rush because because I am desperate to not be alone. I don't think rebounds are bad either if they help you, but I mean, you got to consider the other person too.
See, I'm the kind of person that would go and cut like the toes out of all of his socks, so he'd have to go and like find them all, and then get rid of all the tea towels in the house, throw out all the toilet paper, no washing powder, like things that would just be like, oh my God, so annoying. Get rid of all the coat hangers, take all his coat hangers away. Nothing that would be like chargeable as a crime, but things that would just be like annoying to fix. All the light bulbs gone, I'd lock all the doors but one, throw away the house keys, so they'd have to go and get the house keys changed. Things like that, petty things.
I know you say I'm not alone, but once I'm not streaming anymore and I don't have anybody to talk to and it's late at night, it feels very lonely. That's my hardest time, is at night, because that's when I would be with Andrew,
This is why I think we'll get lots more live streams from this lady. I think this is why she's coming to her chat to vent, is because she does take some comfort from them in a very unhealthy, not great way to be vulnerable, not a good idea to trauma dump on your chat. However, it's what she feels comfortable doing. It's up to her. It's her channel. It's her content. Do I think it's a great idea? No. But I feel like we're going to get more and more of it the longer this goes on, or until she finds a partner.
It's really hard. And then I just start thinking about, like, he must be laying in bed with her right now. He probably has his arm around her right now.
Don't think about those things. That'll drive you mad.
And I'm alone. And I'm alone and I want him and I love him. And he chose somebody else. It's really hard. That's why I have to take.
I feel like Ginger, that would, yes, poop in his shoes. Maybe that's what Amber was doing. Instead, she went one step, not Amber, like, maybe that's what Amber Heard was doing when she shat in Johnny's bed. It was a very aggressive sign that something was up and he'd done something wrong.
Take medicine at night to make myself go to sleep or I'll never be able to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Take all of the teaspoons. Take all of the knives. Not in a weird way, but try and butter bread without a knife. I dare you to try and do it with a spoon. It's not quite the
I don't think
same.
he is yet. He will, but I don't think he is yet.
I know, Glamosaurus, like, how can you love him? Because she fell in love with him before she knew about the cheating, and it's hard to turn those feelings off. Should she continue to love him? No. It's up to her whether she forgives him. But I understand why she still loves him. But is he a shitty person? Fuck yeah. Will she fall out of love with him? Eventually. You just got to think about why you're apart and not why you should want to be together. It's compartmentalizing the desire to go back to habits of being with that person because that's what you're used to. And then realizing we broke up because he did something awful to me and I'm not great as I am. I might be better in a different partnership with somebody else or by myself. But to get to that place, painful, agonizing, therapy.
Oh, I know that they were fighting about me. Yeah.
Set his stuff on fire. Guys, you guys are going full dark. Like you're going full bunny boiler.
I'd rather be alone than be with a cheater. I guess I just have no self-esteem because I wouldn't.
That's the kind of thing I would do.
I would rather have
Empty
been with him
house.
than been alone, even after he cheated on me.
And a big dookie in the middle of the kitchen floor. That would
Okay,
send a big
no.
message.
No, I'm not okay at all.
Or a
I'm
big,
very
like,
bad.
a dog poo
You
from
broke me
next
once
door
and went
neighbor
to
or
Target
something.
date. I'm the opposite. I have a very anxious attachment style, and I'm very clingy and needy and stuff. So it's like that's a lot for a lot of guys.
That's
I'm a lot
evil.
evil for most guys. Andrew put up with me for 15 years, which is really admirable.
Natural. I think you could start a business. I don't know. I'm feeling business vibes from this. Like revenge.com. Like petty non-criminal acts you can do to your act. Like, you know how you could get them like a dumpagram, like you're getting dumped because you're a shit. We're not gonna be together anymore because that's it. You know, that kind of thing. You could like set up like, okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to put alfalfa sprouts in his carpet while he's on holiday, and we're going to get someone to come over and water it. And when he gets back, we're going to have alfalfa sprouts all through his carpet. Like that sounds like a great idea. I think you could, even if people don't carry this out, I think it would just be very cathartic just to have the little plan in their mind or ideas. Just reading these ideas would make them feel like, oh, I'd love to do that to this douchebag. There's something there, and you're very good at it, Ginger.
And he may be distant with her for feeling guilty about you. He may be. I hope he is.
Oh, hi, Oceana. Hi.
Yeah, there's gonna be no trust in that relationship. How could there be?
Yes.
Yeah, dating is really hard. I know. If I mean, I could never take him back now. There's no way I could.
She says that, but I don't believe her. Does anybody else believe her? I don't believe her when she says that. I think she's trying to convince herself.
Not like before when I said that and didn't really mean it like this time.
Jade, that's really evil because that food's not fit for human consumption by law. I guess if you cook it, maybe it would be okay, but like a meat, like a meatloaf or something. That's gross. That's gross.
There's no way. You know what? Leila Mangelsdorf.
You, Ginger, they could give like the phone number, like, and you could ring them up and you could give them a good gobful, like you could mouthful, you just rant, like insult them over the phone and let them know all the reasons why they're a piece of garbage on the behalf of the person who may not be able to do it themselves. And why am I still talking to the phone?
You can fuck right off, honey.
Cat food canapes.
I don't have a life because my heart is broken and my world is
Tuna
shattered.
mornay.
Food is the only thing I have.
A la
so fuck you.
Whiskers.
Did somebody ban her? Yeah.
Oh, you
Think
guys
those
are,
last words
I
said to
can't,
him will stick
I
with
can't
him
with the
forever?
dog food.
I hope so.
That movie, that was called the big awful, the big terrible. It was called The Help, where she ate the pie. That was amazing. She didn't eat one, but she ate 2 slices. And she got the herpaderp from it too. I love that movie.
Yeah, I know all that. You need to love yourself and be alone and all that bullshit, but I just want it. I don't even care. Like, that's how I feel.
Aren't they cooked bulburs? Aren't they supposed to be delicious though? Is that what they're called? Rock oysters? Is that what they're called? Rocky Mountain oysters? That bull boys, bison balls?
Thank you for timing her out. I make you crave Coca-Cola. I love Coke Zero.
He wouldn't get 15 years in, I don't think, with any of us.
I know. I don't understand how people expect me to be over one of the
Oh
worst,
my
things, the worst experiences of my life within 4 months. I don't either. And actually, now we're down to.
I would want to super glue his fingertips together, because how do you even call for help? How strip him naked and then super glue his fingers together? Because how are you going to put clothes on? How are you going to dial anyone? It's hard to get out the doorway. You're going to have to probably go outside and go next door neighbors to the neighbors to get some help. How are you going to get your fingers undone if they're glued together? That's what I want to know. Yeah, but super glue's got many uses, right?
2 days from the absolute worst of it. So I'm not going to be
I
well
loved it
for a long
too.
time. No, people usually don't like clingy behavior.
Jade, I can't do drool, spit of any kind. Oh, that's
That's true. I know that my behaviors are like a lot for a lot of guys. But I have anxious attachment, and that's just how I attach.
Oh, but aren't
I
they
don't find
supposed to be
behaviors to be
tasty
exactly
if you
that.
crumb them and batter them and deep fry them? Aren't they supposed to be good? I don't want to try one, but
Yeah, it's going to take a long time. I think it's going to take me years to get over those.
sand in the gas tank. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's going to take me years. I mean, it took me 2 years to get over my first husband. I was only with him for 5 years.
I raise Glamosaurus Rex. I see you're tying to the bed. Give him the incentive of a surprise. But I raise you some tiger balm or denka rub on the nether regions. And I'm talking a thick layer, a thick layer of denka rub. Then you leave.
And I remember being so fucking lonely. And
Oh,
I met
natural.
Andrew, I
You
was
guys
in
are
a
gross.
place. I was
You're
lonely.
so
I didn't
gross.
ever meet anyone. And I met him. He was like a fucking angel. I remember the first time I ever saw him.
That would
He
be
was so beautiful to
terrible.
me.
You'd need the ambulance for that one.
He was standing in my front door, and the porch light was making like a halo around his head. It was raining,
Just reminiscing.
and he was so beautiful to me. I'm sorry.
See, it's not just the physical warfare, it's the psychological as well. We are evil.
God. I know. It was a deception. But I did feel like
The burn.
I know he really loved me then. I know he did. I don't think he's evil.
Only got about 2 more minutes to go,
He's just hurt and
guys.
broken and flawed. And unfortunately, he hurt me in the process. All right, y'all. Well, it's 9 o'clock, so I gotta go because I have to get up really early in the morning. I have to get the dogs to the fucking boarding place at like 8 a.m. I have to get all my shit together still. I should have done it earlier today, but I was having a really hard time. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap.
So Natural Ginger's sitting at home just waiting for her moment to shine. She's like, are you sure you haven't cheated? Are you sure you haven't done anything wrong? Are you sure? Are you positive? 100%? 100% sure. Damn it. Damn it. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. I bet he's too terrified to try anything. Or too desperately in love with
I've
you.
ever had to do, and I didn't even want to admit all this shit. I didn't want to put it out in the world, but it's the truth.
Again, Glamosaurus Rex, I see you unplugging the fridge, but you wait until he's done the weekly groceries. You do it the day after he's just stocked up on new groceries.
Truth. What's happening to me, so like I said, you won't see anything from me for like probably the next 5 days. But when I get back, I'll publish the vlogs from the trip. So I will see.
I want to know from the vlogs how many times she's tried to contact him. while she was gone, if at all. But I'm curious to see if that's happened, because my intuition, my feelings, my prediction would be is that she either emails him, tries to call him, text messages, drive by, something, or she doesn't do any of them and has a bit of a mental breakdown.
So you guys, thank you so much. I'll try to I'll post on Instagram when I can. So if you want to know how it's going and stuff, I'll try to post on there. Thank you everybody. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate you. Thank you for the super chats and everything. I really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Good night, and I will see. Like I said, I'll see you in like 5 days, hopefully. Hopefully. Bye.
There you go, guys. So that was an introduction to Life Plus Cindy. She's not like gross, weird, disgusting like Chantal, but there's some definite behaviors in there that are, I don't want to say entertaining, but intriguing, interesting, that has captivated my attention. I do not dislike this woman like I dislike Chantal. I find her behavior of note. That's all I can say. At this point, I haven't formed an opinion, but I'm keeping my eyes open, because we often find out things after the fact, or we are enlightened and we find out that things that we thought were not true. So this may be the only stream that I do, but if there's interesting content that comes after this that I want to cover, I will be. I'm still going to be doing ALR. I know, boring, yawn, but she's picking up some ground speed. And then when I can stomach it and when I feel like it, I'm going to be doing Chantal, the health arc that's going to go down in flames in about 24 hours. I will be covering the vlog tomorrow and whatever other stuff she puts out tomorrow, because she's going to be putting something up. She'll have 2 videos tomorrow. So I'll see you then. And if Cindy has anything out, I think she might do a live stream or something. I'll be around, but I'll be around tomorrow. If not, streaming in the afternoon. You'll probably see me in Skinny's chat. And if you don't see me in Skinny's chat, I'm there. I just sort of lurk in the background while I do other jobs. So I'm always there. Or I'm in Hannibal's chat. I go to No Madness. I go all over the place. So I don't always chat everywhere. I'm always in something while I'm doing other things. So I see it all. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for trying something new, opening your mind to somebody new. I know it's sometimes hard to switch gears, and we're not looking for another Chantal. We're done with the Chantals. We're just looking for another show to watch. And we might have to try a few new ones. We find one that we really, really like. But I do appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me today. It was fun. And I will see you guys in the next live stream or the next video or in the chats. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye, everyone. Oh, hit the like on the way out if you could. Thanks. Bye.